I am Dominic Bytes. Welcome to another episode of Byte Club Cinema. Today we will be watching. Today we'll be watching Godzilla Minus One, Oscar-winning Godzilla movie, which is somewhat unusual. And there we go. All right. Okay. Now they should be able to hear you, Diesel. Go ahead and say something. Or
I attempted to make a noise. It did not work. Fucking my.
no, it did not. Okay, yeah, you worried me there for a second. I was like, oh no, audio problems. No, it's working. It's fine. Okay, good. I had to switch over to the other system. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Oh, and I did do the shell alignment, shell defrag, Meta Cowboy. So, yay. Um. All right. So yeah, Godzilla Minus One. This is currently, at the time of this recording, being hailed as possibly the best Godzilla movie ever made. Now, I've seen Shin Godzilla, and I really like Shin Godzilla, so that's the main one I'm going to compare this one to. Diesel, how many Godzilla movies have you seen?
Not many.
Not many?
I know. I know of some of the lore. King Ghidorah being my favorite in the Godzilla MonsterVerse, which I think there is a female version.
Maybe. Um,
There might be. If not, I hope there is one day.
oh my, yeah, of course you would want that.
It's a 3-headed dragon. Of course, I want to fuck that. Get with it, because I also want to see, do all 3 heads think the same thing, or are they all 3 different personalities? That'd be really interesting.
I think
really interesting during sex when one wants you to be gentle, the other wants you to fucking whip them.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. But yeah, I think King Ghidorah is mainly about just I want to exterminate all life on the planet. Yeah. So eventually we will probably get around to watching like the Legendary Pictures Godzilla movies, because I have not seen Skull Island, the King Kong Skull Island movie. That's the one I haven't seen yet.
I did see that. It was all right.
Yeah, that's one I haven't seen yet, but I've seen the others. So Godzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla Kong, and Godzilla Kong New Empire. I saw that one in theaters. So I've seen those 4. Haven't seen Skull Island. Now for the Toho's, like I've seen the Japanese ones. I've seen the original, of course, the black and white. I saw the black and white sequel that had the Ankylosaur in there. I've seen a lot of the cheesy ones, Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla Returns, with like the Japanese kid. That one was pretty bad. I didn't like that very much. I think that one had the baby Godzilla in there too, which was ugh. Um, I haven't seen Godzilla vs. Gigan, but I've seen Terror of Mechagodzilla and Mechagodzilla. Now I've not seen many of the '80s Godzillas. The '80s Godzillas, that era, that one I haven't seen a whole lot of those. Watching the first one, and we'll be so Medicom is going to watch the first Digital Circus and be back. Okay, awesome. No, that's time well spent, man. You'll enjoy those.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Mothra Best Kaiju. No, Mothra's cool. Mothra's cool. So I've seen the original Godzilla vs. King Kong, or King Kong 1. I remember that one. There was, man, yeah, there's Godzilla vs. Mothra. I never saw the Mothra standalone movie. Mothra has a standalone movie. I don't think I ever watched that one. Rodan has a standalone movie. I never watched that one, but I did see where he partnered with Rodan. I have seen the ones of with both Ghidorah and Mecha Ghidorah. I've seen those. Mecha Godzilla is one of my favorite baddies. I always like the concept of Mecha Godzilla. I do like Space Godzilla. That's a baddie that I've been waiting for forever. I really want them to bring in Space Godzilla, because in the Godzilla King of the Monsters movie there, with King Ghidorah in there, one of the things they note is that King Ghidorah was sent crashing to Earth. So it's like, okay, what knocked King Ghidorah out of the sky? Like, what sent King Ghidorah careening through space to slam into our planet? Like, what caused that? So my theory, Space Godzilla. Like, I think Space Godzilla is like the big bad who smacked King Ghidorah so hard that he just slammed into our planet, setting up everything else. That would be really cool. And I really
Now,
hope they.
my theory is Kong
Hmm,
and Godzilla have so much built up sexual frustration and so much tension that's causing the universe to send monsters in an attempt to kill one of them because it just can't handle the imbalance of just pure sexual tension between the two.
oh God. Yeah,
You're
no,
not you're
no,
not
please.
escaping it.
No, no, yes, no, so this is,
But
we are not going to read the Chuck Tingle Godzilla King Kong stories here. Chuck Tingle, no, no. Let's
but
hope
a
they never
question
let
for
Chuck
chat
Tingle.
and the viewers at home: who
Hmm,
tops, Kong or Godzilla?
um, Great question. No idea. I don't want the answer to that. But sure, you can post the YouTube comments below for those watching the VOD. Like, who tops? Although I think canonically the answer is Godzilla. Because he's bigger, and two, he is established as stronger. In both the most recent movie and the one before it, Godzilla definitively
But
wins.
but with that
Spoilers.
tail, I mean, Kong's got a grip in order to. He's got some grips points to just get really in there, and you don't know, maybe Godzilla likes to receive,
No, yeah, let's abandon this. But
likes to
anyway,
poke
the
in the atomic starfish.
Oh God, no. Anyway, that's no. I haven't seen like Godzilla Final Wars or Destroy All Monsters. Those are very famous ones. I haven't seen those, but some of the newer ones I have tried to catch. Like again, I saw Shin Godzilla finally. That was really good. Shin Godzilla um, is really excellent. It uses Godzilla as a metaphor for the Fukushima disaster, where the focus is the bureaucracy. Like I found the human characters in that movie fascinating because they were showing bureaucracy, how it works and how it doesn't work in response to a natural disaster. Godzilla is a natural disaster that humans couldn't cope with. That was really cool. That was really good. And Ano Hideki, I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Um, the guy who did Evangelion, he made that. He did a brilliant job with that. Shin Godzilla is excellent. And highly recommended. We'll probably do a Byte Club Cinema on that one here. You haven't seen Shin Godzilla, right? Diesel?
I not sorry if my mic for some reason wasn't picking up. I haven't
No
seen
worries.
Shin Godzilla.
Okay, no worries. We'll see that sometime. It's good. It is quite good. Now I've heard this. Now Godzilla Minus One I've heard compared to Shin Godzilla in that one, the human characters are excellent, and two, Godzilla is used as a metaphor here, and apparently very brilliantly so. So I'm really curious what they do with this. I will note we're watching the color version, not the black and white one that they released after on the Blu-ray. Um, I acquired this through perfectly legal means, as one would expect. Now, hold on before I play anything, because boy, I don't want to get copyright. I will get copyright struck up the wazoo if I don't take preventative measures here. So one moment.
Just remember,
Um,
kids, by a AAA studio logic, well, you don't own that video game. You're paying for a license. So if you pirate their games, it's not stealing because you're not paying to own it. So you're not stealing anything.
yeah, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't theft. Correct. It is uh, it is morally justified to pirate games. Now, in
Put
this
it
case, though,
best
you
way:
you
do it
can't actually own it.
to
So
no. If you're gonna pirate games, do it from the shitty AAA companies. EA, Ubisoft, now Activision. Don't you fucking dare do it to FromSoft. They make
no,
masterpieces. You give them money because they give you fucking quality.
yes. If a game studio makes good stuff, give them your money, give them your support. And if they try to dick you over, like Sony almost did to Helldivers, then yeah, you make them pay. Um, don't give your money to companies that hate you. Defending the multi-billion-dollar company like Sony. No, that's not good. Don't do that. Okay. So Sony is evil. Let's all agree on that. They are evil, and the bean counters are horrible, horrible people. All right, there we go. I think I've got the logo up
Whole
now.
situation was Sony just, I'm making too much money too easily. I gotta fuck this up somehow.
Yeah, they did. Oh boy, they did. I mean, they had 300,000 negative reviews on that game now, untold numbers of refunds, and sure they reversed it, but like I mean, once you've done it once, you've just damaged
The
trust.
damage is done, and the issue is they did not state that they would never be attempting that. They just didn't expect this reaction.
Yeah.
And they said they're pulling it back for now.
Yeah, for
so
now.
There could be potential in the future that they'll try this again.
Exactly.
Because I'm $1 million executive. I got lobotomy.
Yeah, exactly. The main thing is Sony's evil, and here's the thing: they probably won't have a Helldivers 3 now. Because what's the point? You know, what would be the point of this company developing more Helldivers? The brand is essentially killed. Whoops. Good job, Sony. Good job. Okay. All right. Let us begin this movie. I've got usual caveats apply here. There is no audio from the movie because copyright. Oh boy, copyright. There's visuals. We've got an overlay, including normal overlay plus the logo because copyright again. But subtitles are on. You should be able to see those, so that should let you follow along at home. The timer sadly is still broken, I believe. Although, let me check. Is the timer still broken? Yeah, timer's still broken. Oh well. So for that. Alright, so sorry, no timer.
Funny idea for your female model. You should put the timer just above the chest.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Will we do this?
Yeah. If I go back to the Big Booba one. If you're wondering, wait, what female model? Go check out my 100 Days of Hardcore Minecraft, where I play with the term hardcore in a variety of ways. It's a parody. It's all a joke. Don't take it seriously. For the love of God, don't take the hardcore Minecraft series seriously. That is very, very deliberate.
Dom does like it hardcore.
Oh god. Yeah, well, yeah, that's actually, I think that's one of the jokes I make in there, yes. But it's all tongue-in-cheek. Don't take it seriously. God. Anyway. But it is, but yeah, go check that out if you want to see the female model. It's funny. Let's see. But yeah, so no audio.
Take it from the person he keeps in his sex dungeon. I mean normal dungeon.
So no audio from the movie because copyright, no visuals because copyright. You follow along, support the original release when it becomes available. We don't know when this will be available on Blu-ray yet, but when it does, snap up a copy. Make sure, and don't get digital, buy physical. Buy physical copies, people. It's the only way to own, is to have a physical copy of your own, or a personal download. One of those two. But never rely on streaming. Never rely on digital in the cloud. Own it and store it. Okay, I'm ready. Are you all set to start the movie, Diesel?
I'm all ready when you are.
All right, starting Godzilla in 3, 2, 1, go!
Alrighty, so this being Godzilla Minus One, I like how in the file it is Godzilla.-1. aka Gojira.
Yeah. Well, because in the Japanese they still call it Gojira. Yeah.
Oh, I know they pronounce it Gojira, but I still find that funny. Just aka Gojira.
Yeah. Oops, I forgot. I have the volume turned down.
And remember, kids, the reason this is, Godzilla Minus One, there were two. One died, so minus one.
That's a funny idea. Now, my understanding is the basic premise of this is set close to the time frame of the first movie. So the first movie was set in the 1950s Tokyo. This is set post, it spans that time of, towards the end of World War II into post-World War II Japan. And then, Godzilla! There we go. So this whole thing is kind of allegory for war and PTSD and stuff, and I'm told it's really good. So let's find out.
Looking forward to seeing Goji.
Final Days of World War II. There we go.
For those who don't know why I'm sometimes referring to Godzilla as Goji, that was the name they gave the suit in the original Godzilla, was Goji.
Huh.
So outside of Godzilla, his canonical name is Goji, which I find hilarious. I am also looking forward to seeing the design they decide to go with Godzilla. As I do, Shin Godzilla being like that body-esque horror I loved, and people theorize that that thing was supposed to evolve like way more, which I would have loved to have fucking seen how that thing morphed. If you've been around long enough, y'all should know by now when it comes. I love monsters and I love body horror.
So he's a kamikaze pilot, but he landed. If you're a kamikaze pilot, you're not supposed to land it. Now here's one historical inaccuracy with kamikazes. They didn't have wheels. What the Japanese did towards the end of the war, because they were so short on supplies, the kamikaze pilots would take off. The wheels would actually detach on launch, so they would not be able to land again. So the fact that this still had wheels attached is actually a historical inaccuracy. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they didn't do that all the time, but I remember like they would use detachable wheels for the kamikaze airplanes.
I do like how his friend's like, yeah, no, it's understandable why you wouldn't just follow order blindly to go die honorably.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
as for the wheels detaching, that would make sense. As you know, once they get in the air, there's no getting cold feet, motherfucker. You are dying one way or another. You might as well take the enemy with you.
Yeah.
And then mutated ass fish.
Joker fish. Wait, no. No, it's Godzilla's sperm. Oh no.
Godzilla just got done rubbing one out.
Oh dear.
Nah. Too bad we'll never see Godzilla with a cloaca.
Oh,
a
God.
Yankee weapon. Oh. Don't worry, guys. I'm only slightly aroused from that. Oh, aren't you a fucking beauty? Oh, you are pretty.
Bytes.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, there we go. So that's a small. So this is a smaller Godzilla here.
Yeah, but isn't that a pretty boy? Oh, you're pretty.
Yeah.
So they have named this, so they know about this bugger.
Right. So this version of Godzilla is basically a because the original origin of Godzilla is he was essentially a dinosaur who was still alive and just took long hibernation naps. And he just happened to live on these islands. But he was just
In the Mariana
kind of a normal
Trench.
dinosaur. Right. What turns him into a nightmare is he gets hit with radiation. That's what powers him up. Yeah. Now, in the legendary pictures, it's not the case. Like, he was always a nuclear-powered dynamo in the legendary ones. But a lot of his origins are he was a dinosaur that got nuked.
20mm gun can kill anything. Yeah, no, but I don't mind that design. It's very pretty. I'm looking at toes.
All right. Yeah, no, it's very very classic.
Yeah, no, y'all are gonna get used to this, but yeah, no, I'm gonna call it pretty. Yeah, no, that is pretty.
Yeah, I like this design. And now this is Toho as well. No, the face is very expressive. Notice the eyes. Um, yeah, no, Toho is the original maker of Godzilla, to be clear. Like, Legendary Godzilla is on license from Toho. Um, but these are the original creators. Gonna run some ads,
notice
sorry.
the tail on the end isn't pointed, it's rounded.
Yep. Yeah, that is closer to his original design. Yeah, here, yeah, his proportions are much more dinosaur-like. He's higher off the ground. Yeah, let's shoot the giant dinosaur and piss it off. Great survival
Motherfuckers
strategy.
didn't even aim for the eyes, which would be the point where you know that you can at least fucking hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But oh yeah, no, pretty boy. I assume the story of the pilot's going to be him learning to overcome this fear. Oh, I was really hoping we see somebody's like leg fucking completely crushed.
Yeah. Yeah, on one hand he's afraid of dying, on the other hand, like, he was smart enough to realize that provoking the giant dinosaur that's just sniffing around, probably a bad idea. Like, if they had just kept their cool and, like, stayed quiet, he would have left him alone. Like, he's only attacking them because they opened fire. And they just left him alone and, like, hid, they'd be fine. They'd be alive.
Yeah, no, definitely a case of it Godzilla only is really fucking with them because they decided to fuck with him. Yeah, no, the CG is definitely good, though.
Yeah. Excellent CG.
It's not overly shit.
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into this movie, and it really comes through. Because now, interestingly, Toho and Legendary have a licensing agreement. Toho can make all the Godzilla they want, as can Legendary. However, they have a mutual non-competition agreement. So Godzilla Minus One came out in December because the new Godzilla movie from Legendary wasn't going to be out until March. But as soon as it got closer, they had to pull Godzilla Minus One. So they weren't expecting Godzilla Minus One to be a giant success and people want to keep watching it like through December and January. It was supposed to just be a couple weeks, and they extended that for like 2 months of making tons of money. But February they had to pull it because then it was too close to the Godzilla Kong movie. So that's why it ended. So if anyone wondering like why did it end early, like I wanted to see it, that's why. The licensing agreement with Legendary means Toho is not allowed to
what
compete.
I'm curious about this Godzilla is this one amphibious?
They'll answer that.
The reason I bring it up because I'm not noticing any webbing.
Yeah, they'll answer that here. From the trailers, I remember. I know the answer to that one.
20mm wasn't going to do shit.
No, it was going to make him angry. Yeah, because you shot at him. Because you're a moron.
Just left it alone while it sniffed around. Would have lost interest and fucked off.
Yep.
It attacked the one dude because he shined a light and drew fucking attention to himself.
Right, yeah, you shine a bright light in his eyes, he took it as a challenge. That's why. Kinger's Insane Ramblings and the pilot are different projects Goosework had made before Digital Circus. Oh, okay. So Kingler is making reference to Gooseworks' other stuff. Okay, that's cool.
That makes sense. Inspection, sir. Get your penis out.
What's... Huh? It's like a letter, or...
Letters or something like that. Seems shooken up though. He may have fucking given him the names of the people that, die. It's like, hey, you go tell their families.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it was that or money there that he gave him. Maybe it was money to go see him. But like, yeah, you tell him you've screwed up.
It's... Oh, wait, that's his home.
Oh.
So he also may have been notified that,
Oh.
And then here comes the shit for it.
Now, is she gonna be happy that you survived, or the... No, okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, so this is the aspect... No, this is actually a good depiction of how ridiculous Japanese culture is. This is one reason the Japanese are not respected in Asian circles, because of stuff like this. Because, obviously that is a ridiculous statement. It's like, if you would serve your duty, my children would have died. Yeah, no, your children were dead either way, you moron. There's nothing a one kamikaze pilot could have done. All it would have done is he would have died. They still would have lost the war. There was no point in there. There was no honor in kamikaze. The trick with the Japanese is they're inflexible. So they have this in the thing. It's like, oh, you have to die honorably, and if you don't, you're a disgrace. Well, no, the Chinese and Koreans don't have that. We're flexible, more practical-minded. The Japanese are known for being more rigid and extreme in their takes. Kamikaze, great example. Her reaction to it is a good example of taking it to the extreme and being ridiculous. That is a hallmark of Japanese culture. It's something they didn't start to kind of work on until post-World War II.
His parents didn't want him to kill himself for this shit.
Okay, so yeah, he
they
followed
were
his
also
parents'
more than
wishes.
likely aware it was a pointless thing.
Okay, hey, if the parents told you, hey, don't do it, you know what? That is totally fine justification for not doing it.
And I'm siding with the parents. It's just like, yeah, no, that makes sense. We want our kid to come back alive.
Yeah, I mean, the kamikaze thing was stupid anyway. Japan was already losing by the time they started doing that. It was an extension of that weird Bushido thing that again, it's looked down upon in Asian culture because the Japanese are typically seen as less intelligent and more rigid and less practical than the Chinese or the Koreans. Because
it's the case there is dying with honor, but to die with honor is not to be an idiot.
Yeah. Well, and Patton, General Patton summarized it best. Nobody ever won a war by dying for their country. You win a war by making the other poor bastard die for his country. And the Japanese forgot that, hence they lost. So. Now this is neat. Okay, he gets stuck with a random kid. Okay. I got a baby. Alright. Let's see. The game show and the stomach reference before a reference from the Runmo show. Okay. Better to die than to lose is what Japan thinks. Ancient China was the same way for a bit. Grab it because of the Mongols. Well, no, I don't know if China was... I don't know. I don't know if China ever had a death before dishonor thing.
I don't think they did. It was just a case they didn't want, lose to barbarians, so that's kind of where the more suicidal aspect came in, considering you gotta also think about this. The Mongolians were also implementing torture, tying their people to their ships, forcing them, like key hauling, shit like that. It was really fucked what the Mongolians were willing to do, because it was the case, the guerrilla tactics. They were fighting a war that they did not understand. Of course, Genghis Khan, very intelligent leader. But the torture and shit your people are suffering, you don't want to lose that war to those people.
Do you have a husband? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the husband's probably dead. Oh, no, she's adopted. Okay. So she adopted it from a dead woman. Wow. I mean, it's a baby. You take care of babies. I mean, that's...
I don't know. I think I don't know how accurate the Ghost of Tsushima is, But
Somewhat.
I feel like it could like be a decent way of like showing, the reaction of the empires and stuff of China, or was it? It was China, China against against the Mongolian invasion, with Kublai leading them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think the Ghost of Tsushima is, that was the Mongolian invasion of Japanese territory, if I remember right. But yeah, the Mongolians did invade China. China lost, unfortunately. We're not exactly proud of that. Um, let's see. Let's see. Meta Cowboy says Asia has stereotypes about Japan because history. Everyone did fuck shit to Japan, and Japan did fuck shit to everyone else. But because they did it in their home territory, Japan was the bad guys. Well, not entirely true. Not entirely. China was actually pretty nice to Japan overall. China, like most Japanese culture, is from China. China gave Japan civilization and technology, and Japan's way of repaying that was, we're gonna take over and make us the emperor now. And it was like, oh, gee, okay, thanks, barbarians. God. See, the Koreans were a lot nicer. The Koreans got all their tech and culture and stuff from China too, but they actually worked with China. They didn't go like full militaristic, like, holy
Wasn't
crap.
Japan just extremely like, you don't like outsiders?
Yeah, Japan had a good, well, I mean, when I say good period, I mean like a good long period. There was an extended period where Japan was very xenophobic, yeah, and that was bad. See, China's never been xenophobic for most of its history. Manchurians were different, but the Han Chinese have tended not to be xenophobic. I mean, that's why you have Jewish Chinese and white Chinese, because hey, if you could act civilized, you were welcome. They were the first. They were the first multicultural society of human history. Like something like 100, 200 different cultures all living under the same banner, getting along and doing well. But yeah, Japan not so much. But anyway, sorry, I'm missing out on the drama here too. So we got him and another girl taking care of a baby that isn't related. But that's neat. So I like these scenes here from post World War II.
God, it would take everything in me not to be an absolute asshole to that woman.
Okay, so now, hey, she's helping out because baby. Alright. So as loony as she is, at least she's like, well, baby. Yeah, so you need a wet nurse.
I guess she's giving her. I
guess
she's
her
giving
food and
her
stuff.
like.
Yeah. Trying to get the baby a fighting chance.
At least she's kind of turning around. It would have taken everything in me not to just look at her and say, "Yeah, by the way, tell your children I said hi."
Yeah.
Flip her off and walk away.
But it makes sense. She's suffering from PTSD from that, so it makes sense that she's a little nutty. So 1946.
But still, I still would have been like, "Fuck you, not my fault. Your kids are dead."
China is very disrespectful to Japan. The Kingdom of the Rising Sun. China was the Kingdom of the Setting Sun. China is the Kingdom of Mud since the beginning. Well, yes. I mean, Japan's a colony. Remember. Did Japan like Korea? Well, I mean, not even like Korea. See, Korea had its own native people. They were part of the tribe. So same with Vietnam. So they got respect. But Japan was colonized by China, like Chinese explorers. A scam?
It's government approved.
Well, that just means it is a scam with government stamp. No, I'm kidding.
Just means it's a legal scam. Okay, so he's doing mine cleanup.
Oh, okay, thousands of mines. You see, now we see the real tie-in game. So this is actually a video game movie. Minesweeper. Ah. Oh god.
You know, I can respect it.
Yeah, you need money, and it's a job, so. You are not allowed to die. Okay, well, I wasn't planning to.
And then we cut to this scene with him being fucking bifurcated.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a kamikaze pilot. You're not expected to die while sweeping for mines. You're actually expected to live through that, so yeah.
No, I like to imagine we're special boat made to evade mines. It's just people fucking like, okay, so you're gonna hold your breath. This is gonna be your. They give him a stick. You use that to breathe the air and just, you know, pull on the rope if you hit a mine.
Yeah. How is this a special? How is that a special
Why, they're
boat for evading
magnetic.
mines? Oh, okay, yeah. So a wooden boat actually evades the mine. Okay, that honestly that makes sense.
Yeah, that's smart.
Okay, logic. Yeah, wood. As we know from Doctor Who and X-Men, wood is good against magnetism.
They're going. I think they're going after, like, you know, not really dangerous mines, but they did the wood just in case they got near a, you know, magnetic. So
Yeah,
it would
just
set
in
off.
case.
That is really fucking clever. I like that.
Yeah, it's probably straight from history too. Let's probably.
This
This is actually a bit of history I didn't know, so that's neat. Ancient China saw modern day be freaking. Well, yes. I mean, geez. I mean,
slowly
you had the
Minesweeper.
I mean, yeah. I mean, ancient China would look at the Manchurian dynasty alone and go, "What the hell happened here?" And then, of course, you got the commies. So yes, yes. I know.
Okay, I see why they have the two boats.
Clip
So
the
they
mine,
have like
float.
it's like a wire. Wire
Okay.
cuts that. They take the machine gun, shoot the mine, and detonate.
Yep.
And he's a bad shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wasted a lot of ammo.
I'm sure they got plenty of ammo.
Yeah. Well, this is probably similar to the
So-
guns that he handled as a fighter pilot.
No, it's clear that, you know, incredibly smart considering accounting. And there the kid shows its use.
There we go. Yeah, he's a good shot. You can't fly a plane. Yeah, no, don't say that.
You would have said. This is fun though. I like the characters.
Yeah, no, this is great. I like this cast. I like these guys. They all have like different backstories. They all have different values, and they bring them to the table. This is when people say this is a Godzilla movie where the human characters are actually interesting. Yeah, no, like I instantly like all of these guys. They are very
I
interesting.
want them so far. I want them to live.
Yes, which is
And
unusual
PTSD.
for a Godzilla movie. Yeah. Mix of both sounds like. It sounds like they're cleaning up American and Japanese mines.
Yeah. The reason for the wood is because the Americans implemented magnetic mines.
Yeah, so Americans did magnetic mines, but you've got both Japanese and American mines in the mix there. Yeah, so they're doing that to reopen the shipping lanes. That way they can get more imports. Which, yeah, makes sense. You want
start
ships to be able to reach your
kicking
ports.
back the economy.
Yeah.
I like how they explain, like, well, why is it made of wood? Magnetic mines. That makes sense. Where they're doing it, just two boats sailing, cut the chain, take the gun, shoot it. That's like it's real simple, real nice, and effective.
Yep. Now I missed it. Is this his sister, or is this basically becoming his girlfriend?
This was I think becoming girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
PTSD hitting different.
Yeah. I'm alive, right? I survived, right? Like, yes. And this is fascinating too. You don't get a lot of movies that deal with the PTSD of Japanese military. I mean, American military. You've got there's a very famous movie, the one guy who had like lost both his hands, the black and white one. That one deals with PTSD very nicely. Oh, there we go.
Let me see the kickoff.
Ah, there you go. And that's when Godzilla got its power up.
And that, of course, shows the time lapse of everybody just having fun.
Yeah. Montage.
Again, good job building stuff, giving you reason to care about these people.
Yeah. It's like he has a daughter. Yeah, okay. It's essentially it's found family, which is always a cool theme. And got a drawing from the girl. A proper house now. Was able to build an actual proper house here. As opposed to just a shack.
And he's inviting his friends over, like, this is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It is rare to see a movie where I actually want, a horror movie where I want the protagonist to live. God, that's a rarity.
Yeah, you gotta think that photography is a very expensive hobby for this thing.
He also might be a doctor. That could explain why he's able to afford that as well.
Wait, she's not a wife?
Yeah, no, so they're not related. It was just a stranger he's been
okay. Right, all three of them are not blood related, but...
And now they begin to realize that, the girl and the woman...
You should probably, you're her father. Oh, you shouldn't say that. That's really bad. That's not good. Yeah, they immediately
they're pointing it out to him.
Yeah. They're good. They're calling him out on that.
He really...
That's good. See, that's an important life lesson for him, too. I think what it is he doesn't feel he's worthy to be a father. I think that's the thing. I think because of the cowardice, or what he feels was cowardice, it was honest common sense. But what he feels was the cowardice from before. He doesn't feel worthy of being a father. That's what holds him back.
Which it's a nice internal struggle.
Yeah.
People got to realize, Desk job. Oh, nice.
Oh, modern world. Modern club. Huh.
So she wants a little independence.
Okay. Yeah, the modern world. Modern world's starting to creep on in.
And she, no.
Wait, you'll never find a wife. Oh no.
No, so there's still not a thing.
Yeah, they're not romantic, yeah.
I'm hoping he comes to understand what it takes to actually be a father isn't just, you knock the woman up. It's actually being there for the kid. If you're not there for the kid, you're just the sperm donor.
Right, basically. Yeah, the father is the one who raises you. I mean, it's possible to be both.
Yeah. The ideal is you are both, but if not, if you're the one who adopts that child, then and actually raises them, then you are the child. You are the father.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right, so the U.S. is starting to have to deal with Godzilla here.
If this is where I also like how the English is translated into Japanese.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, so we nuked Bikini Atoll. I'm sure there'll be no problems with that at all. Oh no. Oh yeah, it's just destroying. Okay. Yeah,
So
he's just
get up there and start hitting the gritty.
Soviet moves prevent U.S. military assistance. Okay, so wow, so they're actually tying in modern events. Oh, JSDF. There you go.
And there's the battleship. Little did they know, the radiating Godzilla only made him horny.
Yeah, indeed. Was it a shark? Yeah, no.
Remember, there was a time where a samurai could have sent a telegram to Abe Lincoln. That is funny. Godzilla.
Oh. A samurai
So
could
they're
send
not.
a telegram. Oh, okay. Sorry, that didn't pop up on mine. Yeah. Samurai, cowboys, telegraphs. And there's like another one that also overlap as well. That's really
How they
odd.
don't know because they weren't there.
Oh, that's right. Dracula. Yeah, Dracula also coexists with samurai and cowboys.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, so nobody else believes them because they weren't there. And he's noticed, so those weren't radiated fish, those were deep sea fish.
Okay.
Which honestly would explain the weird appearance.
Yeah. Oh, so Odo, everyone just thought it was,
And this is when they also find out he was a kamikaze pilot.
Yeah. Now the question is, like, just one, or is it a species? That's the other question they don't really ask.
With. You know, that's a good point. There are no mines.
No, I like the parallel here. I mean, they're being sent in to do whatever they can, but they're not expected to survive this. So this is a suicide run.
He's right back in the kamikaze.
Yep. Yep. Buy time for the Takao, yeah.
I like how well informed the older man is.
Small stuff. Yeah. Godzilla, it's small stuff. Yeah.
Okay. They weren't really here for the mines. They were here to interact, to attempt to, attack Goji. So they were aware of Goji and the like shit that was going on. That's why they sent that ship out.
To get the mines and things like that, to prep the way, yeah. Okay. You're the, yes. Oh, man.
Oh, he's probably a doctor. I can see some. Yeah, so he's probably either a doctor or a photographer.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, the doctor's probably seen some stuff. I mean, geez. I mean, he's a little older, so he probably got involved more towards the beginning, even.
He's either a doctor or, with his love of photography, he may be a photographer.
Well, he calls himself Doc. He said he was a weapons designer, so I'm guessing photography was a hobby.
Interesting.
Yeah. But he's probably seen some stuff. Because he probably remembers the beginning.
Or those deep sea fish.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they're coming to the surface. Goji is, right under him.
Yeah, because when I'm... Yeah.
Got a choice. Okay, so that's why he wants to fight this.
Yeah, he'll head for Tokyo. I mean, yeah, see, he's more...
He doesn't like the government, but he understands innocent people are going to suffer unless they do something.
Somebody's got to do it. We're that people. You have to face it. Whoa, okay.
But of shit bricks. Big shit in bricks. Okay, never mind. He realized, like, fuck it, we're out.
Yeah.
I do love the instant, like, somebody's got to do it. Seize the threat. Fuck it, we're out.
Yep. Nope. Yeah, we say no chance.
I love that. I honestly love these guys even more now.
Yeah.
I love that 180 of, I'm going to be the hero. Seize the threat. Fuck that, somebody else can play hero.
Yeah. No, I mean, he realized that, okay.
Come on.
Well,
like, I'm honestly hoping these guys make it out now. Come on, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, because, well, he didn't know the sheer size of this thing. Like, that's what he's surprised. It's like, oh god, that's way bigger than I was expecting. Like, he thought it was like, alright, this is like a dinosaur. No, this is way bigger than that. Alright, nope.
I love these guys even more now, because I love that realist reaction of, you know, it being not what he expected and being like, fuck it, I'm not dying for this.
Do something. Alright. Let's at least try to, like, dissuade it from following us. Like, put a mine in the path. Boom, take that.
This is how you write fucking characters.
There you go.
Because I am actually scared for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no plot armor. I mean, this is a Godzilla movie. Humans have no plot armor. I mean...
Come on, drop the other mine. Its face is up. Get that other mine dropped. Come on! Same shit.
You got a gun, but yeah. I mean, this is a...
And this time he's actually shooting it.
Shoot or you die. I mean, at least last time you had a reason not to shoot. Because, like, it would have just provoked it.
Come on, wisen up. Aim for the eyes. What about that? That's also not bad. God, I fucking like this.
The mouth, yeah, there you go.
Because again, you feel for the characters. You want them to fucking live. And that is smart also. Hit it in the mouth. Oh no.
Oops. Did he sever the cable? Ah, darn. Okay, clever idea. Oh, but now look at the design on him. Like, notice how the face has changed? He's so much meaner looking.
Yeah, but he can still shoot it. Remember, they were showing earlier that he was a fucking good shot.
Hmm. Yeah, there you go. Alright. So this is very...
Okay, so they did a little setup with him being like a really good shot.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, see, that's almost like a video game setup where it's like, alright, you've got like X amount of time to hit this spot that's moving around on the screen, or else you're all dead. Bang. Yeah, that was really good. That was like a video game.
Dead. Oh my fucking god.
He's unconscious. Good news.
Was unconscious.
Oh, okay.
And
so
he's standing up.
Regen. He's waking up. Okay.
That is fucking terrifying.
It's like, you are... Okay, there we go. Whew. Alright, so got this, got something with actual guns on it. Well, I mean, he's got regen though, so.
Yeah, no, but that was really good, and I fucking enjoyed that.
That was an excellent sequence. Yeah, that was tense and well done and well set up. That was really good.
You also gotta appreciate how intelligent Godzilla is to get under the water so they can't shoot him.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good.
And yeah, no. I mean, you thought a boat could stop Godzilla. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but that is an amazing way to show scale and, like, you know, how intimidating Goji is here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was really well done.
Point blank. Point blank. Okay. Oh, hey, yeah, that did something. All right. A point blank shot. Even he can't laugh that off entirely. I mean, he's gonna bounce back from it, but.
Yep, and there's the atomic breath coming in.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. They don't know about the atomic breath. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's a big boom.
That's so fucking good.
Yeah. No, I love it too. And you don't see him using it, so it's
and you see the battle damage on him.
Yeah, like we the audience know what that is.
Doesn't activate instantly. He's burnt up and damaged.
Yeah. So he hurt himself with the steam and stuff. So when he uses it, he superheated the water and burned himself. Yeah.
It could be the case that he can't regenerate from heat, like the Hydra. Cut apart off, cauterize it.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
It's either that or the radiation kills the cells. That also could be a case.
Yeah, because we the audience know that was the nuclear death breath, but by not showing it, we're left wondering like, oh, what's it going to look like in this iteration? Because Shin Godzilla, they really played with what the nuclear breath looks like. So yeah.
Yeah, no, because they initially showed Godzilla having his entire outer part and eye being completely fried from them testing the nuke.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to see Goji now. So I'm curious if it's either extreme heat can cause permanent damage, or if his atomic breath can cause backlash, due to the fact that he's actively killing his cells, leaving nothing to regenerate.
Yeah. Oh, now we get the government call of they don't want to evacuate to avoid causing mayhem, and no one's taking responsibility. Yeah, so this harkens back to Shin Godzilla, and it's reflection on bureaucracy. Like, well, who's in charge? Who's making the call? I don't know. You do it. Well, I don't want to do it. I don't want to put my neck on the line. You do it. Yeah.
Nobody wants to put their neck on the line, and then Godzilla's gonna come and just start fucking decimating.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's wanted to be with him, but he just refuses to be romantic with her.
Yeah. Yeah, he keeps her at a distance. Well, he doesn't think he's worthy. That's why. He doesn't love himself,
No,
so he
I get
can't
it.
love others.
And he's not willing to open up about it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but I'm gay. I just love penis. Okay, yep. So this is where he opens up to her. And she didn't know he was a kamikaze pilot.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't know that.
This is where she actually learns of his trauma and what. Okay. Oh, so those were the photos of those people.
Oh, okay. So those are the photos.
Those were the
of
photos
the
of their families and such. He would never forget what he did. How his inaction. Because we don't know if the 20mm could have made it through or not. So it's like a constant reminder of his cowardice and inability to act, potentially just killing everybody there.
Yeah, I mean, he probably doesn't have the. I mean, the Godzilla then probably didn't have the regen, so I don't know. But I don't know. I don't think it would have done anything.
We just don't know, considering the way it was set up. Goji was only terrorizing that island, and the government didn't know, so they had no need to send any heavier guns than your typical, rifles.
Yeah. All right, I have to go do something here real quick. Zellingers, I'll be right back. I'm gonna keep the movie running. I'll just have to settle for the fact that the experience is ruined for me, but I'll be back.
This is interesting, though. Okay, so this is when he gets into telling her about it. Alright, and then here's the conflict of just he feels he can't do anything. Typical thing, really. And the survivor guilt hits. So this all boiled down to he just felt like he did deserve to live. And he refuses to accept it.
Okay, and I'm back.
Fair enough. All right, so he boiled it down to he has survivor's guilt.
Okay,
he doesn't
yeah, that
believe
makes sense.
he should have survived.
Right, which makes sense. Because, I mean, he was told, oh, survival is shameful, which is a stupid message. Like, it reflects the irrationality of the war.
And here's where she, told him, my parents died in the fire, but they told me I needed to live.
Right.
And she's trying to explain to him, and told him, everybody who survived that war was meant to live. And he has to wonder.
What if I'm dead already? Now, I mean, so that's, I mean, I understand that. Yeah, is this a dream or is this real? Yeah, that's, by the way, this is kind of going back to like Cowboy Bebop with the reference there. And that's the thing, and this is an actual thing that veterans go through. I mean, you'll see this as well from like the Gulf War and stuff. I've had friends go through things like this. This is extremely well acted and impactful.
Yeah, and it's believable. Again, you feel for the characters. You want them to do better. You he, after all this time, finally opened up about, why he's been so standoffish. And it's just the case, he just believes he should have died there. And I guess in a sense he believes he cheated death through his inaction.
But I'm glad.
And then
Yeah,
Godzilla came and killed them all.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad yeah, but it's neat, trying to cast guilt on survival. I like the way the movie condemns the idea that it would have been better to die in the war. And it's like, no, that is a stupid view, that is an irrational view, and then the country of Japan was stupid for having perpetuated that. Like, the movie is a pretty strong critique of the war mentality of Japan during World War II. I like that. They need more of that.
Like how seeing the life he's built, and then looking over to the photos, and then telling himself, "I'd like to try to live again." I think it's the case. He's working on getting over the guilt. It's also very nice. Again, very well acted. I like the message it's going with. I like it tackling not just, he survived and has PTSD, but the survivor's guilt that is tagged along with witnessing that sort of thing.
And it's splendidly acted. The actor for it is doing an excellent job of delivering it. They really put into a lot of effort. I mean, man.
It's very well the 1,000-yard stare, just going from this sort of cold dead to just in tears. Very well done. I'm very glad this had gotten an Oscar and gotten the attention it deserved. This is very nice. And I'm honestly happy watching it. I feel for the characters. I get what they're going for. I don't feel like anything's stupid. It's also a case, again, watching them fight the monster, I'm not sitting here like, you guys are dumb, you should be trying this and shit. It's like, there's only so much they can do.
Yeah, they're doing the most that they can with what they have, and just what they have is not enough. And we know that, but they are trying their best, and they're doing what is logically sound. With some exceptions, when they point out, we're not going to tell anybody because we don't want to panic. Well, okay, yeah, that doesn't make sense, but that's government for you. Yeah, doesn't always make sense like that. So, yeah.
It is the case. It is believable. Everything in this is believable. And like I said, I'm genuinely hoping these characters make it out alive and make it out on the other side.
Yeah.
It makes me genuinely worry and feel bad for what they are going through.
Yeah. Now here's the interesting thing. So, the original Godzilla movie was set in 1950s Tokyo. This is late 40s Tokyo. So this Godzilla landfall is in a Tokyo older than the first Godzilla. This is why it's called Godzilla Minus One, because this is actually set in a time period of Japan before the first movie. It's not in the same continuity, but whoa!
I wish I was better with fucking names, but I genuinely do know the characters, and like I said, I'm genuinely hoping everybody makes it out. And here's the music.
Yeah.
And the intimidating stature.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going with the very much the classic Godzilla proportions here. The legendary one is very chunky.
One thing I've noticed, his chest kind of looks like Destroya's.
Huh. Yeah, the chest plate design is a little different, yeah. But what I was saying, the proportions, the legendary one is very chunky, very bottom heavy. This one here, though, yeah, he sits a little bit higher on the legs, with the tail there for balance.
The case, it logically as a creature makes sense.
Yeah.
Needs big legs to support the body. Arms are a bit muscular, but not that much. Tail is big for counterbalance, so it can lean down. Because it also is amphibious. As we've seen, Goji does like to swim.
Yeah. And he's looking
again,
at the
I'm curious why we're not seeing any webbed, like, feet or fingers.
Yeah. Well, probably because he wasn't originally. Well, I don't know. No, he ate a lot of fish, so he should have more web stuff. You are correct. He should have web fingers and web toes. But we're not.
The main reason I'm bringing it up is because, like, in the earlier stuff we saw, well, how do you know Godzilla's around? Deep sea fish. So because he said deep sea, he goes very far down. So it is interesting. Like, I'd be willing to forgive it if his tail was more like fin shaped, but it's rounded. So it's interesting how he is amphibious, yet no webbing. So the CGI does good, considering, like, you can.
Yeah.
The scales look very on point, very rigid.
Yeah. No, the CG is excellent here. The scene of devastation, this is extremely well paced. I mean, we all know it's coming, so we kind of know what to expect, but it's like, oh, jeez. She gets away only for it to basically come walking right back up on her. Oh, man.
If you want to, real quickly, Destroyer, I believe, was one, like, a monster in Godzilla. His chest piece looks very similar, because Destroyer had, like, his chest plate kind of did that, like, inward sink to the rib cage.
Yeah.
Where, like, you look like an emerald or something could sit in there.
Yeah.
So I am curious if that was, like, by accident, or if they, like, did that on purpose for, like, a more interesting look.
Yeah, I wonder. That tail look, man, yeah.
Because next to King Ghidorah, Destroyer is another monster I really like for his design.
Oh, there you go. Classic tank designs there. Now, what's also cool is, well, like, when he goes after the train, I like the behavior on that, because it feels like he's going after the train because he thinks it's food. It's like, oh, this is a big thing. It's going to be tasty. And then he bites into it. It's like, what is this? This is like pie crust with no filling.
The deep sea fish, they look kind of similar, very long.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick how he charges that up. Tails extending with the power.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
The old man's face looked like he has shit himself thoroughly.
It's like, oh no. Oh, I really like that.
Yeah, the slow build up to it, yeah.
Yeah, because we know what it is. And it's like, yeah, let's make it awesome. And like, how can we make this epic? This is original while being really good.
That's epic. I love that. Holy fuck. The inhaling, the spikes coming up. And then just the whoosh. Oh my fucking god, you know how to do that.
That's awesome, yeah. No, because it reminds
me... No! I wanted her to live! Fuck no! God damn it!
Oof. Oh no.
He's gonna have so much more PTSD now.
Ouch.
Oh, fuck.
Well, maybe she survived.
I wanted her to live.
Maybe she survived.
There ain't no surviving that.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Goji just ripped ass, and you ain't surviving that.
Yeah. Now, what I like about the way that tail spikes move, it reminds me of the control rods, nuclear control rods that you like raise and lower to create reaction. But I like the way that instead of like a continuous beam or breath, it's an explosion. It's a violent release of energy that explodes. That's a very different.
It's like a rail cannon.
Yeah,
and I like the video game-esque, like, well, how do you know it's charging up? Just like the little tings, just ting, 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 and then just one boom. Yeah. Oh, that was so pleasing to watch, and that felt so fucking good.
Yeah.
God, that would be something I'd love to unleash in a video game. And I like how it starts off slow, and then as the reaction is building up and getting that energy, it like increases in speed. That is so fucking cool. And then the mushroom cloud. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Like, he's a walking nuke, yeah. He just drops nukes now, as opposed to continuous beams. Yeah, he's a fallout weapon.
And then, the beauty of destruction kind of shown in this.
Yeah. You killed the woman I love, yeah.
Not only that, think about how hard this is going to hit him, considering if he had acted, with the 20mm, he could have killed Goji before he got to mutate and cause all of this.
Personally, I think it would have done nothing except getting self-killed, but he thinks he could have killed it. And that's what it's like. My inaction is why he's still alive. Well, no, it wouldn't have done anything, but he thinks his inaction did that. Yeah.
Okay, so we don't, until he had fired, we have no way of knowing if it would have.
Yeah.
I believe in that state, Goji probably would have been a lot more susceptible to actually, like, high calibers.
Yeah. But I still think it probably would have just pissed him off. Like, he would have taken some hits, he would have taken a little damage, but I think he then would have been squish, alright, that's done. And not actually, like, died.
But I guess, this is fair enough. It put me...
Oh, sorry.
It's funny. The director's done well enough to actually put me in his shoes to sit here and think like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, oh, no.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
So the others survived, and but where's Mom?
Well, the three weren't there. Remember, his wife had gotten a job in one of the buildings in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, this is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh, I can genuinely feel the tears in the back of my eyes. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, because they really invested time into making you like that female character, the Noriko. They really invested time, like making him his emotional support, and like she put in the time and effort to try to heal him. And that personalized it. Like that wasn't just like Godzilla Rampage. That made it personal. That was good. That was good.
Goji has been in almost every big moment in his life.
Mm-hmm.
That's also nothing. But goddamn, dude, that is hard. Oh fuck. I'm not gonna cry, but that hurt. Oh. I see why. It's, oh my god. This is... Oh god, this hurts.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, he's a weapons designer. Of course they would tap him to try to design something that can tackle Godzilla. Hey, do you want a chance to kill the big lizard? And it's like, hell yes.
This does a real good job making, like... of course, I love Godzilla and everything, but goddamn, do I kind of hate him in this movie for this shit. Like,
no. Well, they make Godzilla as a proper villain in this. Godzilla was the villain in the first movie, too. Like, people forget that. Like, now, like, other versions are heroic, but the first Godzilla was evil. Like, he was nature incarnate, come to punish humans for unleashing nukes. And this one, same deal. You know, Godzilla here is the specter of not just nuclear war, but the survivors' guild. He's the spirit of the dead come to punish the living. He is a reminder of Japan's sins during World War II, come to wreak vengeance upon them.
Casey, it is sad enough. He still kind of is. Following through the eyes of this character, he is the villain. But with the overarching thing of this is what humanity has caused, Godzilla is the innocent in this. He never wanted to be this.
Right, that's true too.
They made him into the monster he is. And he's and again, he's an animal.
Yeah.
It's the thing with Godzilla is it's just an animal.
Yeah.
There's no malicious intent behind it.
Right, yeah, in this version, Godzilla is an animal. Yes, he's not intelligent like he is in the other ones.
That's the case. Godzilla, in the eyes of our hero, our protagonist, is the villain. But taking that away, Godzilla is as much of a victim in this as everybody else.
Yeah, he's he's an antagonist. He's a force of nature. But yeah, Godzilla is not evil. He's a neutral. He's chaotic neutral.
He examined it.
Right, he studied the thing. It heals itself, yeah. Right. Right, but he saw it get burned and have to turn away. Okay, this is be interesting.
I like the friends.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'm surprised they haven't thought to try. Now, this isn't a bad idea, but the skin could still be pierced. Right. What about forcing air bubbles and stuff into the veins? Attack from the inside.
Yeah, I think some anti-Godzilla plans rely on that, like drilling into his body. Yeah. Strap Freon cylinders.
See what they're hoping the pressure crushes it. Return to seeing.
Use nature to fight nature.
If it's of the sea, if the pressure will withstand it.
Okay.
That is fair.
Yeah, it might not be for deep. Yeah, and as you pointed out, he doesn't have web feet, so.
But he does kill deep sea fish.
Right, so he goes pretty deep. The question is, how deep does he go?
Well, another question is, with his descent, you also, thinking about this would be rapid. So that could fuck him up because his body may not have time to adjust internally.
Yeah, that's true. He may be
you also gotta think about whales go deep and then come back up for air.
Right. But they do that at a controlled pace. Yeah, you're removing his ability to control his descent and ascent. So
I see where they're coming with this.
Yeah.
It doesn't give the body enough time
nature.
It doesn't give the body enough time to, prepare and adapt to the pressure that is about to be pushed onto it.
Right. Yeah, because Godzilla is not necessarily he goes deep into the deep to feast on the fish, but he's not necessarily a sea creature. You point out no web feet. So he's not a sea creature. He's not from the depths. He can just go to the depths.
By the looks of it, if anything, I would say he's similar to a whale. it is a sea creature, but it's a mammal still. As we see, Godzilla also lacks gills.
Yeah.
Lacks
He has to breathe.
like visible gills. So it again, simple case of big creature, holds breath for a while, but has surface. So I'm assuming Godzilla is amphibious, as we also see it actively come on land to hunt.
Right. It is amphibious, yeah, because we see it, yeah, we saw it when it was just a dinosaur. It hunted on land, yeah. So it can do both. It can swim and be on land, but with no gills. Yeah, it just has big lungs, so it can hold its breath for a really long time.
Give it the bends.
Okay. Right, okay, yeah.
I know, because even if it survives that, it probably can't survive a rapid descend and ascend.
Right,
because
right.
then the night, it'll cause air. So this is a way of causing air bubbles in its veins. Even if it doesn't kill it, it can be an immense amount of pain.
Yeah.
Fucking god, that is smart.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, you're gonna cause it to have to like pause and heal for a bit. Like it's gonna have it if it does survive, it's gonna take some time to regen from that.
Yeah, no. So the rapid descend, if it doesn't cause external damage, may cause some internal, and then the rapid ascend will cause more internal. So it's getting attacked from the outside and then on the inside as well.
I like it. No, that's a solid plan. Again, as we've noted, these characters do the best they can with what they have, and this movie's keeping it, other than Godzilla itself, they keep it very grounded in terms of what they have available. Like, we've got mines, okay, external explosion do anything, put it in the mouth. Here, what do we have? Well, we got some Freon gas, okay, let's drop it and raise it. Let's use the ocean itself against this thing. Yeah, there's no, like, air destroyer, like in the first Godzilla, which was a science fiction piece. Like, this is, like, more grounded than the first movie in many ways. I like that. But I do.
Yeah,
I like that illustration, by the way, of where the boats are like lassoing Godzilla. That to me, I don't know. I just think that's funny. It's like, yeah, we're gonna tie him up. We're gonna put Godzilla in bondage.
Then it definitely be wartime. Gallows humor.
Is it certain death? Well, it's better than wartime. All right.
They're coming together.
Yeah.
That is incredibly intelligent, and I can see the logic in it.
Yeah, and these are
two-pronged approach, fucking internal and external.
Yeah.
You don't give it the ability to adapt or attempt to regen.
Yeah. I also like here, by the way, what you're seeing a lot of these guys are veterans. They're survivors of the war. Many of them, he's a latecomer to the war. Some of them actually probably fought. And now they're like, okay, we gotta step up again. Alright. So you're seeing the teamwork of veterans to deal with a common problem. And they already put their lives on the line for country before, now they're doing it again. But this emphasizes that he feels the odd man out. Because he feels like, whereas they came home serving honorably, he feels like he's a disgrace still. A little bit. And now with Noriko dead,
And I like how they set up Godzilla is also a territorial animal. And it's looking to expand its territory and its hunting ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Japan's great hunting ground. Yeah, it's a territorial imperative. It's not like he hates Japanese.
Well, it also could be the case,
logically
thinking, maybe the reason it's expanding hunting ground is because it's gotten bigger.
Yeah,
so it needs to eat more to maintain.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, no, that's also a nice cause and effect, and I can see the logic. Well, why would Godzilla start moving out of the water? well, its normal hunting grounds can't sustain it at this size, so it
Yeah.
starts expanding hunting territory.
Yeah. Yeah, the limitation one is a little weak because yeah, you could blow up the limitations things, but okay,
I mean,
Godzilla's
it is true,
20,000
though.
tons.
They don't have a better plan.
Yeah. Your plane's full of holes, but it's the only one we
a
got.
fighter plane. Isn't that smart? True.
That part is true. Godzilla has always struggled with flying opponents.
Because it has to take time to charge its breath weapon.
Yeah, he's seen how long it takes him to charge the thing.
Should have married her, and then here comes anger. Like penis. Person over yet.
Yeah. He's basically
I like how
I'm...
his friends don't want him to do this, because they do care about him. They don't want him to take on this new fucking suicide mission.
Yeah, they don't want him to die. It's like, dude, you have a life. You have a daughter. Don't get yourself killed. But it's like, at the same time, yeah, he's like, yeah, why didn't you marry her? Because I'm messed up inside. He recognized, like, they don't have the term PTSD back here. I mean, the term, like, shell shock, shell shock was not commonly understood even in World War I, World War II in the West. In Japan, alien concept entirely. Like, they did not have any kind of psychological support for their veterans at all.
You know, I do like how there's also logic behind it. We've seen how he deals with our ground military. We've seen how he does with our naval military. Let's throw fucking aerial and see how they pull. Because if you noticed in this entire thing, Goji, or, Godzilla, they have yet to send a plane after him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a prototype plane. Yeah, 30 millimeter guns. Okay, so stronger.
Gotta be enough to, pierce the skin a little and piss it off.
Yeah. Now, hey, if any of you are,
oh my god, I know exactly who they'll get for this.
Yeah, that one dude. The one dude who hates him. Yeah, Tachibana. Now, if any of the YouTube comments are like experts on Japanese war tech, like, feel free to comment, like, how sci-fi did they go with that design? Like 4 30 millimeter guns, those sorts of things. Yeah, there we go. Where did he used to go? Because he'd probably return.
The mechanic.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
He was also affected.
Yeah. So yeah, Tachibana also understands the horror of Godzilla.
That limp.
Yep. Hello, Smack. Have a way to say hi.
You're tied up currently. I got him out.
Oh, we called him out to, like, make him angry. Okay.
You come to find me. Yeah, okay, so he pissed him off, so he come out of hiding.
Right. Good. He's starting with the relevant info. Yeah. No, that's good. This is good script writing. It's like you've got maybe
He's telling
10
him, it's Godzilla, yeah. He's back.
Yeah, you got maybe 10 seconds before he beats the crap out of you. You can't talk. What's the biggest thing? It's the same. Yeah, it's Godzilla. Do you want revenge on this thing? Because it killed your guys too.
Yeah, no. Start with the quick information.
Yeah, like it's Godzilla's back. I'm like, okay. I pissed you off, sorry, but it's important. Do you want revenge on the thing that killed your men? I think you do. Oh. Hey, don't you want revenge on this? It's something only you can do.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I see.
Oh, okay. He's already resolved that he's not telling his friends this, but he knows that Tachibana. He can tell Tachibana this. Okay, that's why he's insisting, because this guy will understand.
We'll also probably hook the plane up with what it needs.
Yeah, he shaves. Local fighters. Yeah. Yeah, because
Like the way the eye
too,
fucking acts too. When he blinks, it goes down a bit, but due to swelling, it can't. That's a really nice touch.
yeah, I do like his appeal to Tachibana there, which was, he understands that if he's having nightmares about Godzilla, Tachibana probably is too, because his men were killed. He probably feels responsible for the death of his men. Yeah, he blamed that guy, but he probably blames himself too. He probably has the same guilt to a degree.
It's also the case our main character is going to complete the kamikaze he was supposed to do.
Doing nothing won't cause a miracle.
Now, one touch I would have liked to have seen is where they blew up Goji's face if there was noticeable scarring. Like signifying it didn't completely heal correctly.
That would have been interesting, yeah. That would have been a good visual marker. I agree.
Because not only that, it would also give way to, like, well, why would you want to fly explosives into its mouth? So it's like, because it left scars. And scars are marks that didn't heal completely, or didn't heal correctly. So there is, there is that link. But outside of that, honestly, the plans make sense. And you know, Godzilla did get fucked up. He watched it get fucked up. It did regen though, but maybe with a high enough explosive, you know, maybe that could be prevented. So I can see the logic. And he's heading for Tokyo.
Yep, and straight back to Tokyo.
$1,100.
So I guess the Sagami Trench, I guess, is the deepest thing they've got in its path. 800. Mobilize and be in position.
It is the case that you need this to be perfect. This is an all or nothing, because let's be real. If this fails, they're not. All they can do is try to slow them down.
Yeah. No, I like that too. By the way, these are technicians. These aren't fighters. But it's like, we're gonna step up. We're gonna take us on the thing with you. We need to make sure this works, and we'll put our lives on the line to make it work. I like that.
Armored tanks. And here he's giving his criticisms.
Careful of the starvation and disease. Yeah, Japan was. Yeah, the way Japan waged war was. Yeah. This is a good criticism of the Meiji era. Meiji era. Japan. This is very good.
Yeah, citizen-led thing that sacrifices no life.
There's risk, but there's no sacrifice.
The battle live for the future. That's good.
Yeah. I'm not throwing you into this to die. I'm throwing you into this to live. I mean, there's risk. There's a chance you'll die, but the plan isn't for you to die. But, if it went perfectly, everyone would live, and that's the point.
And if you do die, you're not dying for the sake of dying. You're dying so that everybody else can live for tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I really like that. Yeah, they're really criticizing Japan's death cult there from the World War II. That's really good.
Because he's telling them, we're going to die with purpose. We're not going to die because we're told it is honorable. We are dying for a purpose.
And now that line there, that hits, because that's aimed at the young people in the audience. Because what it's telling them is, hey, not knowing war, there is honor in that as well. There is nothing to be ashamed of not knowing what war is, kid. Like, don't desire war. Don't pursue it. There's nothing, there's nothing good there. Now that's a message modern Japan needs to hear. Because one of the problems you have with current Japan, like under Shinzo Abe and stuff, is that you started getting more militant. It's scary. It's a bit scary what Japan is kind of turning into these days. So, like, hearing this is good. This is definitely a criticism of Japan's kind of return to a more warlike state. Which nobody wants to see that. Jeez. I like that. I like that. It's a rejection of senseless war, and it's the acknowledgement that, just because you haven't gone to war, actually, let's say, compared to Star Wars, when Yoda says, war does not make one great. There you go. War is not required to know greatness. I like that.
Nice.
No, this kid is so damn cute. They picked a great kid here.
of course, the child innocence.
No. Still misses Mom?
Fucking lie to her
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, the question is he changing his mind on the plan or not? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
Fucking better be.
Now, if I had to guess, if I was him, what I would do is I would keep the kamikaze thing as the backup. Basically, let the Freon plan and the Rising plan, let that go first. See if that's enough. And if it is, great. The end. And then, but if it isn't, well, I got my kamikaze plan. Keep that in your back pocket. Don't lead with it, basically. Like, let the other stuff go first.
I do wonder if his buddy is going to install an ejection seat.
See, that would make sense. Actually, I could see the Doc. I could see Doc doing that. Be like, yeah. So I kind of figured out that you were probably going to try a kamikaze thing because, well, it's kind of obvious. So here, have an ejection seat. Now you can slam it into him like a high class bomb.
I would think it'd be better if Tachi yeah, I can't say his name.
Tachibana did
I would
it?
think I think it'd be better if he did it on his own.
Yeah, that'd be interesting too. Yeah, that would also.
Well, no, because remember, he's also the one who was just like, I get why you didn't do it.
Yeah.
He did not hold a grudge against him for not doing the kamikaze.
Yeah, the only grudge he has is not firing the 20 mil guns. That's the main. That's the thing he didn't like. Oh, his hand's still shaking? Or... Yeah, that's normal. Alright, again, to be fair, it's because they opened fire. Like, dude, Tachibana, by this point you should have learned to forgive him. Because you should have been able to figure out that it wasn't his fault. You really should have. Like, I'm hoping they progress Tachibana's character here.
I think he's gonna see that he actually has a kid.
Oh. Oh, hey, I think you called it. Bomb safety, okay. Oh, I bet you that's the injection seat.
That's the ejection seat. Okay, so he I see.
Yeah.
I think now that he knows that he has a family and something worth fighting for, that's why he told him about the seat.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. Okay, good. That was a good moment for Tachibana. I think you called it. That's an ejection seat that he installed, but yeah, he was waiting to gauge him first. Like, are you worth telling this to? Or should I leave you to die?
Yeah, just the, have you grown? Are you deserving of life? and she was, and that's why I think he needed to be the one who did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm not against. He's doing this mission. I think even if he wasn't doing the kamikaze, I wouldn't be against him doing that. Just like, hey, just in case, I can't outfly Goji.
Yeah. Both contexts work. I agree. Oh,
that's really smart, and I can see it. Yep. Many deep sea fish. Yeah, no. So Goji isn't like against going deep sea, but again, I think they're aware of this, and it's probably the case they're just like, no way he can survive rapid decompression.
Yeah.
Are they? What the fuck? The only thing I could think for that is attempting to use that as a bit of a lore, using.
Yeah, they discussed it. They discussed it earlier. They're using his own voice to make him think there's another one, like a challenger to his territory, to piss him off.
That is smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. Unless this is similar to a hyena's, I think it's called a whoop, where they make a certain noise, which is like signing off your name, which I don't think they'll respond to their own. Though I guess he is a basic animal. Oh yeah, no, that pissed him off.
Oh yeah, I think he's a little angry. Oh boy. I think he is slightly peeved. Oh yeah, underwater decoy team destroyed. Oh boy. And they're like, oh man.
Godzilla's just getting up. Where's this motherfucker at? I heard somebody talking shit.
Yeah. Where's this Gojira
the
guy?
kamikaze thing of putting your fucking
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah. Where's this jerk who calls himself Gojira? I'm gonna mess him up. Wait, I am that jerk. Oh, crud.
We just see Goji start punching himself. Yeah, you like that? No, I don't. We'll take some more. Oh, God. So, okay, yeah, no. So not a true kamikaze plane as, again, the wheels would have detached.
Right, well, this wasn't designed as a kamikaze plane. They did make it clear. This was designed to defend the mainland, so it makes sense that it would have proper landing gears.
Fair enough. But if they wanted to go with us not being sure if he's actually going through with it or not, they should have had the wheels detach.
That would have been interesting.
To really keep the audience guessing, like, is this really a one-way trip?
Yeah, it's a fascinating plane, for sure.
Shiki. I'm not going to be able to say our main guy's name. Oh my God, is that I think there might be a little scarring. There is! Huh? It looks like there's a little scarring on his face from where he got fucking, like, the part blown.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's a good visual cue. Well done, then.
At least looks like it. I'd have to get a closer look at his face, like, to, straight on to see. But it kind of looked like his face, like, on the part that was blown was fucked. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So basically Godzilla got to port faster than they were expecting. He's like, oh, okay, he moved way faster. Whoops. He's like, we're expecting him here by...
He came to see the Challenger.
Yeah. So they were expecting him by 11. He showed up at 8. They're like, well, there's Godzilla. He's shows up exactly when he is needed. He's a wizard. He's a lizard wizard.
Like how he doesn't want his friend to die, and he doesn't want that child to be orphaned. That is a really strong character of him.
Yeah, no, I like the entire supporting cast here is great. Like the role of the young guy who never got to go. These two old, the doc and the captain there. No, really well done. When they say that, when I heard that, when people said that this movie has the best human cast of any Godzilla movie, 100%. This is the best human cast of any Godzilla movie ever, period. And I'm including the first one on this. I care more about these characters than I do about the ones in the first movie. I mean, yeah, that's... Whew.
I do like how this lady has come around from being like an absolute asshole to him to being extremely nice.
Yeah. Here we go. Now this is more. So this here is kind of a reference to the '60s Godzillas, where a lot of the fights would take place on the Japanese countryside as opposed to in the cities. So we would like walk through the mountains. So this is a nice visual reference to classic Godzilla.
It is scarred. Oh my fucking god, they did.
Wow.
Yeah, look at his face. It's scarred where it got blown.
Nice. Okay. All right. So they are implying
that is great detail. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Damage he takes internally does not totally heal. So okay, that is great. You nailed it. Yeah. You proposed it, and yeah, the movie's got it.
Oh damn!
That maneuver. Isn't it so nice when like, yeah.
Yeah. Those that does amazing. Those little details. Yeah, so you can kind of see the damage he's taken that he wasn't able to kind of heal as the scales are yellow.
Yeah.
Instead of his, normal black. That is such good fucking detail. And that pays off, because people notice that.
That is good, yeah. They put so much effort into this, yeah.
This is what happens when you allow people, the freedom they need and, the creative, to make their vision. God, this is fucking good.
Yeah. Now, I will also point out, the people have not only said that this is the best Godzilla ever made, people have called this the best movie of 2023. So we watched Oppenheimer, and people have stated that this movie is better. And you know what?
I see why.
As a metaphor,
it has a lot of incredibly more wide appeal than Oppenheimer did.
That too?
Oppenheimer was visually beautiful. This is visually beautiful with a great message.
Yes, yeah. I mean, Oppenheimer had a message as well, but this one does it better. This one actually has better symbolism and messaging than Oppenheimer. That's insane to me, by the way.
Yeah, and it's a lot, and it's also the case. It's a lot more transparent, where you don't need to know certain details to fully get it. And he's charging up the slow and then the douche. Yeah, I like how they keep that detail as well.
Yeah,
the beginning slow.
And he's like, I'm getting annoyed.
He took the decoy. They knew he'd probably pull this, and he took the bait.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's great.
They anticipated his reaction. Gave him something. It's like, all right, you want to blow something up? Here, blow this up. There you go. Well, he's an animal. Animal behavior. It really shows the box.
That is great fucking behavior. Because considering they just... That's Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he does fuck him up.
Yeah, so they're probably counting on the fact that he can't just spam the beam spam.
Dominic Bytes, have you considered drinking lava? And not just in Minecraft.
It takes time to regenerate. Yeah, okay, they paid attention. He can't spam it. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did observe, and the thing is, too, he knows this, I did Liquid Cool, thank you, Meta Cowboy. And the thing is, he knows it because he saw it. After the Takao explosion, he saw Godzilla lift up, and he saw him blackened and charred from it, and swim away. And he also noted with the Ginza attack, he only fired once, and then he got out. So, yeah, when Godzilla fires it, he can't fire it again for a little bit. There's a cooldown. It's a video game cooldown. He uses his ultimate attack. Now, by the way, that recontextualizes the breath weapon. And it's not just something you can just throw around willy-nilly. It's an ultimate attack for him, essentially.
It's meant to be an end-all, be-all.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to spam it, considering it could, cause more damage.
Yeah, and I really like that approach to his beam weapon. We haven't seen it that limited before. Now Shin Godzilla also had a limitation to his beam weapon as well, but this is very good. Like, they've made Godzilla's power set as fantastical as he is. They've made Godzilla's power set very grounded and obey consistent rules and principles that, upon study,
he's
you can
actively
anticipate.
attacking him to keep, So as the case, it seems like it's only limited to how much damage Godzilla is willing to take.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because it's just like, well, why wouldn't he spam it? Because he could kill himself with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically the case he's using it as either a deterrent or the finisher for whatever threat.
Yep.
They gotta scrape against each other in order to make sure the net closes.
Oops. Got a little too close. Alright. Whoopsie.
I think they probably didn't plan for that. Yeah, but no. They needed to do it. And then they got Godzilla distracted with that, considering they're not attacking him, so he doesn't care about them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not attacking him, so he's like, whatever. He's more obsessed with the plane. This plane keeps attacking me. Rawr, I hate it. But, so he's focused on the plane, not the ships. Because the ships aren't making a direct attack.
This is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the face design.
Yeah. And he's charging up. He knows something's up. He figured some shit out.
Yeah. Uh-oh. If he doesn't sink, you're screwed.
And then they sink him. Which fucks up his breath attack because he's not able to aim it.
Yeah. Aim. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, throws
but
off
I'm
his
thinking
aim.
also because he's not letting it loose, that's causing internal damage. Because now he just is superheated on the inside.
Right. So that helps. That helps. I mean, he can still fire it off, but he won't be able to really aim it when he's plummeting like a stone.
One, he can't aim it. Two, every time he's charged it up, he has immediately let it loose.
Yeah.
So I am curious if him keeping it held is like backlash.
Yeah.
And that shut it off.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe the pressure forced the spikes back in.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Okay.
So I do wonder if the case of that pressure may have forced his spikes back in and forced off the atomic breath.
Alright, bring him back up. Are you sure? He's
look,
pissed.
he does not like it down there. He can't move.
No. Alright, yeah, so he has an operating depth, basically. So he's like a submarine. He can't go... He's not designed he can go deep, but he can't go below or something.
Well, no, I think it's the case again. The rapid descent fucked with his body too much.
Yeah, plus...
So he could probably operate at that depth. Yeah, no, look at that. He's not having a fun time. His skin's bubbling.
No, this is... Oh, yeah, he is not doing this well. I mean, it probably won't kill him, but...
It wouldn't have killed him, but he's probably hurting and he figured out.
Yeah, he figured out how to break free.
Yeah, no. So, he's not trying to rise. He's attempting to get his body to fucking, level.
We're gonna have to go desperate here. The balloons aren't... You bit through the balloons. Time to... Let's see if the two things
but his skin began to bubble and stuff, so it was the case. The pressure fucked with him too much because he couldn't adapt, like, his body couldn't adapt.
Yeah.
And then the rapid rising began skin boiling. Well, not skin boiling, but it began to bubble.
Yeah. And since it was internal damage, like, that's not something his regen works all that great on. So
I think also the reason why he waited, like, not only for the thing, but for the atomic breath, that's when Godzilla would have the most air in his body. So the rapid descent and then, descent and ascent would have fucked with it and caused massive air bubble. Oh my god, the little fucker came through.
Huh?
The kid, he decided to come
Oh,
help.
okay. There we go. There we go. So it's like,
Drag
okay,
him out.
yeah. So these two destroyers can't do it. So let's get a booting party going. Oh boy.
This is fucking good.
Yeah. No, this is good.
Let's catch a Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going fishing for what? Godzilla. Okay. Now that is the deadliest catch, indeed.
Yep, and they're adding what they need. Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god, that's great!
I love it. Yeah,
Oh
no, that
my
is really
God.
good. Now, it doesn't help with the crane part, because remember, the crane is falling apart.
Yeah, but they're
So-
still hooked and it's working! They just needed
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
manpower.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it was fast enough, though. Hopefully he's not adapting too quick.
Body size, it normally takes like a 30 minutes at least. Like for like nitrogen to slowly diffuse out
Yeah.
of the blood to avoid the bends. Yeah, no, he is not happy.
No. Now the question is, can you sink him again?
I think
Ow,
that
ow.
plans out. Yeah, look at him. His skin
Yeah.
is entirely fucked.
Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, no, so he's gonna let it loose now that he's bad. Yeah, look at that. He was
But like,
even
yeah,
his
but
eyes
can he contain his own nuclear blast, though, in this state? His skin is in bad shape.
I think
Wow.
he's letting loose the Hail Mary. I think this is the time, our main guy comes in, flies in, because this would be the perfect chance to detonate that and fuck Godzilla up.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely suck. Like, you fly a bomb into his mouth now, and...
Yeah, here
Yeah,
he comes.
It's like, I was... So, I'm thinking Independence Day. Hi, I'm back!
Which is smart, too. This is when Godzilla's going to be at his most vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's focused on aiming, and...
Not only that, his body is building up an intense amount of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to, release.
Yep.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah. There we go. Alright, now, did you blow enough of his head off, or will he regen? That's the question here.
I think the stopping of the atomic blast has, caused... I think it was the case Godzilla needed to release that.
Yeah.
I think that's also why he got fucked up so much. That's so much energy, in his body that he just cannot release.
Yeah. And then it happened twice. He got blue-balled twice there. So, yeah.
Which is smart. Yeah, no, this is why I like that he did it.
Mm-hmm.
He's completely forgiven him.
Yep.
I'm glad about that. Yeah,
That's good.
it blew his fucking whole head off. Yep, and now the energy's forcing itself out in other ways.
Yep. I got you, sucker. Okay, yeah, now he's deteriorating under his own nuclear energy. Yeah, because the nuclear blast part is not native to him. That's what he got from the radiation. So that's probably why it hurts him, because it's not normal for him. That's the thing he got from the nuclear explosion. He's
I think it
normally
was the
just
case,
giant lizard
the
who
building
stops.
of the energy being forced down,
Mm-hmm.
it just began to harden. Like it was just fucking him up too much, which
Yep.
I like. The drawback of being you could use it against him if you can force him to internalize it and keep it in. It
Yep.
causes more damage.
Yeah.
Which I do like how we also saw once he charged it. Once it was ready to go, he did not hold back. He had that shit aimed and let
Yep.
it rip.
They're very consistent about that. Yeah, as I said, they gave Godzilla a very consistent power set, very consistent rules that you can anticipate and plan around, and so like it makes total sense what they did. Very, very well written. And extremely. I mean, is this the strongest Godzilla ever? No, it's probably one of the weakest, but consistent. Like one of the best written Godzillas for sure.
It is one with a weakness that the character saw, that everybody saw, and you were able to, begin seeing how this all plays out. Like that
Yeah,
was so
I
good.
love it.
Let's see what the note said.
Huh?
She's alive!
Noriko's alive? Oh, okay, she did survive the explosion. Okay, alright. She just got lost in the shuffle, which makes sense. Okay, alright, you know what? I'm fine with her still being alive. I'm okay with that. Like,
Yeah, no,
a
I'm
show
down with the
can't.
happy ending. This is nice.
Yeah, a show can't pull a Deus Ex Machina like Surviving Miracle too often, but okay, this is fine. This is fine. It fits
He
the
earned
theme.
his happy ending.
Yeah, it fits the theme
now it's
also
a
of
case-
live.
Yeah. And his war's finally over. He can now be happy.
Yeah, he earned it. If he had committed to suicide, he would never know the happiness. He would have only built tragedy. If he kamikaze is tragedy, living, planning to live, fighting to live, not fighting to die. That leads to happiness. Brilliant message. Absolutely brilliant message, and I love that. Thematically on
his
point.
entire life, people talk like people initially told him you should have died, you should have killed yourself. As a kamikaze pilot, you should have done all these. Oh, she had scales.
Scales? Huh.
It looked like she had like scales.
Well, maybe it's radiation or something.
Maybe. That's the case. It was a nice,
Oh. Of course he can't be gone forever. Yeah, it's Godzilla after all. Okay. I'm not dead. I'm not dead yet. I've had worse. Come on, you pansy. I'll bite your legs off.
Yeah, no, it was nice though that it was the case that an act of selflessness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then at the end we get one final Godzilla roar as like a little post-credits thing.
Okay. Now, I mean, obviously they could be setting up a Godzilla Minus 2, although they don't need to. Honestly, we don't need a sequel to this. But like, you could say that. Now, what would be cool is if they had Godzilla through the different eras.
At the end here, you hear Goji stomping, and then he lets his roar loose.
Okay, let me jump forward just a little bit here. Oh, look, the soundtrack is great. Great classic Godzilla theme playing there. Really enjoy that. I'm just jumping forward a little bit. So where is it?
It's not gonna like show a scene. You'll have to listen.
Okay, it's what like no, I mean time marker.
204. Aim for that.
Oh, okay. I'm almost there. I can't jump too far ahead because it's really hard to control. Ah, no, I jumped backwards, not forwards. Curses. Curse these ham-fisted controls. Now I'll just go forward a little bit more.
Yeah, 204 is where
Okay.
You hear the footsteps, and then Goji lets loose his roar. So like a little teaser.
All right. In memory of somebody. Okay, I hear the stomping. Okay.
A little like Easter egg.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the sound effects are extremely good in this.
Good.
That's really good. They use the classic roar as well. All right. So let me find. All right. So we'll start with your thoughts here while I find a good frame to pause it on. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. I mean, there's that one. I mean, that was not bad. I really like the bit where like he's charging up. Like that charge up sequence is so good. It's so good.
That is amazing.
Okay.
It does a good job portraying this is a big attack.
Oops. Dang it. All right. It gets a little muddy there. Is this previous media chapter title? Oh god. I just want to go back one frame. No. Oh my god. It is so difficult to do any slider because I feel like if I use the arrow keys, it's gonna screw it up. Okay, yeah, I'll just do this. I'll just do this. There we go. I'll just have this still frame on here. It shouldn't.
Nobody can really see it.
There we go. Well, no, I'm gonna take off the thing. And as long as I don't play it, having the still frame up shouldn't jam me up. Because single frames are fine. They usually don't copyright strike single frames because people can review the movie online. It'll usually jam you up if you like play segments because motion can be detected. But here we go. Single frame should be fine. All right. So let's start with you, Diesel. So overall assessment of the film. What did you think? Was it good?
It was definitely worth that Oscar. Like, intelligent characters. I actually got attached to everybody. I wanted them to live. I had tears in the back of my eyes during the death scene. Where they thought his wife had died. I'm just going to refer to her as his wife, considering we're already where that's going. But I genuinely was a bit heartbroken. I could understand where he was coming from. I love the little details of the fact that Godzilla's face, where they did the internal damage, was scarred. The fact that his breath attack could be used against him just by delaying it and forcing him not to be able to use it after he's charged it up. You absolutely fucked with him.
Mm-hmm.
And the final thing hitting him as he's about to release it, doing just enough damage to where the atomic breath went against him, because I did like the fact that they were like, that energy has to go somewhere. He doesn't just charge it all up and then if he can't get it off, it just disappears. So I like the aspect of his breath weapon has to go off. It's either going in a direction he fires it or it's going off internally. That was a really nice thing, and I liked how it gave him a more tangible weakness to his power. That, yes, it's incredibly powerful, but we can use this against him. And, it is funny how, I do like how they also were like, it's a mindless animal. We throw a target in front of it, attack it, it'll hit the first thing that's closest to it. That gets rid of one of his major threats, because they know he's not going to actively spam it out. he doesn't feel like he needs to. It's incredibly well fucking shot too. Like this was an amazing movie. And I can see how it also outbeat Oppenheimer. The themes were a lot easier to grasp. They were both very artistic. And I didn't need to know a whole lot of history. That is one thing in Oppenheimer, that you have to know some history, or else there are going to be scenes that you're going to be lost on. Here, everything is laid out well enough to where I can interpret what I need to know.
I mean, so long as you know who lost World War II, right? I mean, no joke. So during Barbenheimer, I made the joke a few times to people who came in, because I work in a movie theater. I made the joke, oh, hey, so just so you know, Oppenheimer spoils the ending of World War II, and Japan loses. And I actually had a couple people going to see Barbie who genuinely didn't know that Japan lost World War II. They didn't know this. And it's just like, what the hell? Like, what the, this is a joke because it's so silly, and you're like, oh my god. Alright, so, anyway, but yeah, thankfully you are not Barbie tier, Diesel. I probably would not stream with you if you were Barbie tier. Thankfully. But, no, I guess what you mean. I guess what you mean.
You mean Godzilla didn't win the war for Japan? The fuck?
Yeah. Oh, let's see. So Medicago says he's dying of death, so tired after a long day of doing nothing. Aw. Sorry to hear you're dying. So it's raining where you are. Okay. Now, weather cleared up over here, which is nice. We'd had some storms, and it stopped storming, thankfully. Most of the storms seem to have gone away for now. But, Medical definitely check out Godzilla Minus One. Make sure you watch it. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, no, this is amazing.
Yeah. I agree with you. Deserve the Oscar, hands down. Is this the best Godzilla movie? Probably. Like, I came in, the standard I was holding this against was Shin Godzilla. This is better than Shin Godzilla. Hands down. Like, Shin Godzilla had interesting human characters, but you didn't feel for them. Like, when they died, you weren't like, oh no, it's that guy. Oh no, it's that. It was more a case of, oh, yep, they died because they did a bad thing because, yeah, the government was inept here. So you didn't, like, connect with them. But they were good in the sense that they were realistic. They behaved as real people, and they presented, like, how the modern Japanese government would respond to Godzilla, both in good and bad. And so there was that. So they were well written. They just weren't human. They were symbolic. Anno used them as symbols again for Fukushima. Godzilla is Fukushima. But it was well paced, it was well done, and the focus was the humans, but you were never annoyed by that, because the humans were interesting, and watching that bureaucratic response was really well paced and well done. This, though, this is next level, because this, you care about these people. You care about where they live or die.
People are symbols in their own right, but instead of just being mouthpieces and symbols to talk to, they're human. They're people
exactly.
You can see yourself in and attach to, which I think is what put that over Shin. Because, like, I'm not like you said, you're not annoyed by the human characters, but you're not attached to them. We were actively attached to these characters and understood the issues they were going through, what their loss is, and such. And it really helped to, like, elevate this.
Yeah. The humanity. Yeah, you connect with them, you understand their struggle. It's beautifully acted. The acting is top notch. This is gorgeously acted. The big strength this has over... so for me, the best movie of 2023 was Oppenheimer. If someone asks me what I prefer more, this wins. I'm sorry. So, big spoiler, Godzilla Minus One is better than Oppenheimer. Wow, I didn't think I would say that. And Oppenheimer was, up till now, my favorite movie of last year. No, this is legitimately better, and I will explain why. So, Oppenheimer is great because of its dissection of Oppenheimer, because it shows, it contrasts his waffling in his early age and how uncertain he was and how he just went with the flow, and that how it almost jammed him up until he finally discovered some values. And then later in life, he became, when he discovered like what his values were, he gained strength and popularity from it, but it was too late. And so it was a warning about what it is to lack principles early in your life and what can happen to that, and the issues and the problems that result from not having your principles nailed down, not having your self-worth nailed down. So despite ambition and energy and so on, you can really get jammed up if your principles aren't solid, as happened to Oppenheimer. And I really like that aspect. But it was also at the same time a little muddled. You know, the pacing was great, the acting was great, but it could have done more to be on point with the message. It could have had more characters. It still lacked some warmness and humanity to it that it could have used. It was very much an art piece in some ways. This movie, it has the same thing. It has a clash of ideals. You know, it is a clash of self-sacrifice, or the honor of dying nobly versus fighting to live. Fighting to die versus fighting to live. That's the fundamental clash here, with Godzilla essentially representing the return of the war. Okay, that's what this is. This is you had World War II happen. Godzilla is bringing the war back, and it's the Japanese people dealing with the ghosts of the past, the bad mentality they had during the war that led to that conflict, and finally burying it and discarding it once and for all, so they can actually embrace the future as opposed to just, you know, dying needlessly like they did in World War II, and like, you know, abandoning the world conquest and garbage that they had in World War II that led to them committing horrible atrocities in the name of conquest. And so that's what this is, the clash of ideals, and it does so beautifully because it makes you feel for the characters. The characters still behave as people. Shiki here is human. He experiences PTSD that we recognize it. Any war veteran from any era can look at what Shiki is going through and immediately identify with that PTSD. I've seen it in others from modern conflicts. Like, that doesn't change. War never changes, they say. Well, PTSD doesn't change either. The effects it has on people don't change. And that is very similar to what other veterans have gone through. And the ghosts that haunt him are very recognizable. And so for him, Godzilla symbolizes the guilt and so on. So Godzilla represents the war in more ways than one to different characters. Shiki most personally of all, and it's utterly brilliant. Like, when he finally changes his mentality, like what happens is he clings to the I should have died honorably the whole time up until he finally learns to discard it, and that's what leads to his brighter future. And we can tell the consequences of it. And it's so much better than Oppenheimer. It's got a clearer message than Oppenheimer. It delivers it better than Oppenheimer. It has, I would argue, better acting than Oppenheimer even. Oh boy, that's probably a hot take. And, you know, and while it uses more CG than Oppenheimer did, you know what? The special effects are pretty damn good. I mean, I'm going to say Oppenheimer probably had better special effects overall, but man, and it's more linear, so it is definitely more accessible. So, yeah, this movie, this is better than Oppenheimer. This is the best movie of 2023. People were not exaggerating when they said this. This is a standout. This is not just a good Godzilla movie, not just a good kaiju movie. This is a good movie. And it was the best movie of last year. And it is really a shame that this wasn't seen more widely. And I can see why the market was so desperate for it, why everyone was turning out for it, why it had so much buzz. Because we had calls of like, are you showing Godzilla? Are you showing Godzilla? And like the people who choose our movies just absolutely refuse to carry anything from Japan because they're stupid. They're just utter morons. And so we lost so much money because we didn't carry this movie. And I see why everybody wanted to see this. It's so good. This is so good. So this deserved the Oscar. I'll 100% buy a copy of this. I would say Shin Godzilla is second place, It's not a close second either. It's a solid second, but this is the best Godzilla movie made to date. The hands down. I want to see it again already, just so I can analyze it more. As you pointed out, on a technical level as well, the intelligence of the characters, the consistency of the powers, the consistency of the writing, the minor details like the scarring that you pointed out, is like you'd expect scarring. Hey, wouldn't it be nice? And boom, there it is. They remembered that. That was in there. And so if you knew to look for it, it was there. Let's see. Oh, and Meta Cowboy here. All right. You know what pissed me off the most about the American Godzilla? The 2014. Oh, the Legendary Pictures one. There is. Did I say that out loud? Even though Godzilla is supposed to be a metaphor of the U.S. Well, sort of. Godzilla in this one is more of, the U.S. made it in this case, I guess. The 1950s Godzilla was a metaphor for the atomic bomb and the atrocities, certainly. Like, that was Japan dealing with the trauma of having been nuked. But they deserved it. And this movie is, in many ways, a reflection. This one actually sets Godzilla as the Japanese collective subconscious. You know, this is Godzilla. This is the death. This is the specter of death that they brought forward with how they approached World War II. This is it come back. It's like, so if you want to lay down a sacrifice and die for your country, Godzilla will be happy to oblige. But if you want to fight for the future, if you want to embrace a better ideology, if you want to move past the dinosaur of World War II, haha, see what I did there, that's what the movie encourages, and that's what it embraces, and that is very, very good. So, what pissed me off is the U.S. soldier not knowing what sonar or echolocation is. Let's see, the sonar or echolocation. Oh, in this movie or in the 2014 one? You mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, the legendary ones. We might get to that eventually. The 2014 Godzilla is interesting, but it's by the guy who did Rogue One.
It's definitely the case. Originally, Goji, yes, was meant to represent the U.S. coming and doing that. But as the years have progressed and, the initial shock and hate of the U.S. bombing them has subsided, Godzilla has evolved into this more of everybody understanding, not hating the sides, just knowing war is hell. So Godzilla has grown from representing the U.S. to the war between Japan and the U.S. and the destruction it brought.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do like. It's gone. Oh, sorry.
Oh, at some point we will watch the 1998 Godzilla movie, because surprisingly, everyone hates it. Its take on Godzilla is genuinely weird, but I didn't mind it. Honestly, I kind of get a kick out of it. If you see it more as a homage to Godzilla as opposed to Godzilla, it works.
And as for this Godzilla movie, if you want to watch a solid movie with Godzilla in it and then giving proper respect and limitations to the characters, in their own, taking the character and putting in, not just copy pasting, Godzilla into a movie, but like, this is our Godzilla. Here is what he symbolizes. This is what, basically taking Godzilla, and this is what we've done with him.
Mm-hmm.
They did their own little spin on him. They got the key things, the look, the intimidation, and that atomic breath, but did their own twist. And it was really nice, again, that Godzilla has evolved from Japan's hate of the, U.S. and monsterifying us to understanding, again, it was the war, and Godzilla has evolved to represent the war is what, caused all that.
Yeah.
Not one person.
Yeah, and the reason I like Shin Godzilla was its use of Godzilla as metaphor, and that was really interesting. I think, this might be out of line. I will say that I don't think you get Godzilla Minus One without Shin Godzilla, because I think Shin Godzilla introduced many interesting things to the Godzilla mythos that this movie really matures and carries out. As I said, the Godzilla is metaphor. Now, first Godzilla was a metaphor, nuke and stuff, but it was inexpertly done. Let's be fair. It was an idea of like, let's have this represent a nuke. Okay, they didn't understand the ins and outs of symbolic storytelling. It was the 1950s, and they were still feeling things out. So it didn't do it great. Okay, and then after that, they got, as Meta Cowboy points out, Godzilla now just represents big monster, let it fight other big monster. Right. Godzilla after that kind of just became a giant monster fighting. Woohoo! You know, guys in rubber costumes duking it out, or like what Legendary has done, which is like, you know, Godzilla. It's fun. It's light. It's a popcorn flick. You know, and by the way, I do enjoy the Adam Wingard Godzilla movies because they're light, they're fun, they're happy. They remind me of the campy 1960s Toho Godzillas, so from my childhood. So I'm like, yeah, no, I enjoy them, but I would never put them in the same class as this movie. This Godzilla is an entirely different class of movie from the Adam Wingard Godzilla. Adam Wingard Godzilla it's fun, it's popcorn. This is a movie that invites you to think about it, invites you to analyze it, invites you to break it down, and it withstands I believe, some pretty heavy scrutiny. I would love to see people who are really good at nitpicking just try to crack this open. I don't see a lot of cracks in here. As I said, they got, just on the first viewing, they got a lot of detail on this. And I want to see this again so I can pick it apart even more to see if if there's anything in here I could possibly find. But I don't think I will. That's the interesting thing. I don't think I'm going to find too much in here to like pick apart. Because Shin Godzilla brought a seriousness to the metaphor level. It went back to the metaphor of the 1950s original, and took itself seriously. Took Godzilla as a serious threat as opposed to a silly thing, and used the metaphor in a serious way, and did a really brilliant thing there. And I think this movie then was like, hey, this metaphor angle from Shin Godzilla, let's try it again, but let's hone it. Let's make this. This movie is what the 1950s is, like the logical conclusion or the logical ascension of the 1950s. Like, this is superior to the 1950s one. It uses a similar metaphor, just different enough to be its own thing, but it is the perfection of the 1950s Godzilla, I will say. And I think it was able to achieve this because it saw what Shin Godzilla was able to do and innovate with, in terms of use of the monster. So you don't get this without Shin Godzilla. That's. I mean, if you disagree with me, post that in the comments below. All right. That's a discussion I'm willing to have if you got another take on that. But this is better than Shin Godzilla. It is an improvement. It is a marked step forward. And what are they gonna think of next? Like, this was amazing. Like, what's the next one? I mean, take your time, Toho.
Yeah,
like,
I
no
will
rush.
say they should do this Godzilla being a metaphor for disaster like this. Use it sparingly. It is perfectly fine to do these monster clashes with Godzilla. Use this sort of storytelling sparingly with Godzilla. That way, you do not saturate or flood the market with it.
No.
Make it where these are diamonds that, can withstand this sort of scrutiny and the test of time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say I believe that is Toho's approach on this, because let me just see, because hold on one sec. All right, Godzilla fictional monster. I'm just trying to look at the filmography. Appearances, Godzilla franchise. Let's see. Where's I just want to look at the film history lately. Okay, so this is considered the Reiwa era. Okay. 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 So alright. So Legendary. So Legendary started in 2014. So the Legendary arc is 10 years old now. And that's gone. So it started out. Compare this with Legendary, right? Because the first Godzilla movie, the 2014 one, it was trying to be very serious. It was trying to treat Godzilla as a natural disaster, but it was going around of Godzilla as not protector of humanity, but protector of the Earth. It it controls the Titans. He is pest control. And that's what the Muto were, literal pests, and he controls them. And that's what each of the movies gone. But they've gone campier and campier. Again, 1960s Godzilla. And that's fine. Campy Godzilla has a place. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Godzilla snob. I'm not like, oh my god, every Godzilla movie has to be this. As you pointed, this should be a
Wasn't
diamond.
there the one with the male and like female sort of insect-esque kaijus
Yes.
that were?
Yeah, that was the first.
So
Yeah, that was the 2014
for
one. Yeah.
those, I believe that the thing was that they specifically would feed on Godzilla's. They would
Right.
feed on his species in order to hatch their eggs.
Yeah, they ate
Like begin the
him
process
and
of making a queen.
yeah, they ate him. They also ate just nuclear radiation in general. Yeah.
You know, so
they
more
were
or less the
also-
case in that situation, it wasn't Godzilla is protecting us. It's because he's here. They came.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So so what Toho has been doing, basically, Legendary has been going the campy 1960s route. Toho has been trying to go more of a serious route with its releases because you have Shin Godzilla, which is excellent. You have the OVA, the animated trilogy, which it's okay. It's interesting. It's science fiction. It's strongly criticized for its pacing and deserves that. But they were okay. I mean, I watched them. I wasn't. The most disappointing I thought was their take on Mechagodzilla wasn't very good. Excuse me. That was from 2017 to 2018. Then there was, then they had the Godzilla Singular Point, the TV show. That was an anime. So they did an anime based on Godzilla. I heard that was alright. They did that with Bones, so the animation was good. I haven't watched that series yet. But that apparently, the Bones Singular Point apparently taps into like the multiverse of Godzilla, because you see many different versions of the monsters from across many of the different eras, essentially through dimensional flux being teleported into one single timeline, and including I think they said that Shin Godzilla is the Godzilla that gets teleported in the anime. So they're not like native; they're just crossing over from other dimensions, which is kind of a neat take on there. But it's more of a straightforward shonen kind of deal. Let's see. Meta Cowboy says they are like if a creature survived off materials on the ocean floor, decided humans were also tasty. Yeah, basically. Which one is the one with the raptor iguana? Look, one raptor iguana. That's the 1998. That's the Roland Emmerich one. That's what I was referring to before with Matthew Broderick and Emmerich. That's the more iguana Godzilla. And if, as I said, if you treat that as an homage to Godzilla rather than Godzilla, it works better. The movie itself is fine. It's just it deviated too much from what people wanted, so people didn't like it. But yeah, then there was. So after that, that was it. Yeah. So this was the next thing. Yeah. So yeah, Shin. So based on this, basically for the current era of Godzilla, the two live action movies of Godzilla are Shin Godzilla from 2016 and this from 2023, 7 years apart. So what Toho is doing on their end, they're letting Legendary come out with silly Godzillas every 2-3 years, but then they are either doing anime Godzilla to keep up the animated front, or really serious, elaborate productions that really take a while to develop and to release, and they really let them build and let them tweak it and refine it. So this was the 70th anniversary release. So this movie commemorates Godzilla's 70th anniversary. And man, yeah, this is how you celebrate. This is how you celebrate an anniversary. This is so good. This was really good. Yeah. So if every 7 years we get a Godzilla movie like Shin and Minus One, I'll take it. I look forward to 2030 when they release another one like this, or maybe actually, although since the 75th is in 5 years, whereas in 2028. So I would expect that we'll probably get another very serious Godzilla movie for that. And that's fine. And in the meantime, we'll have some silly ones. That's okay. Maybe we'll have an anime or two. That's fine. But yeah, they don't have to do this all the time. Just now and then. Now and then. As you point out, diamonds. They should be nice, rare, not overproduced. Let them breathe. Let them develop. Because this took a lot of time. The people who wrote this really knew what they were doing. This was amazing. let's see. Takashi. All right. So who did this? Takashi Yamazaki. All right. So he. Let's see. Okay, this is the most successful Godzilla movie of all time. Um, okay, he got the Best Visual Effects Oscar, too. So this is multiple Oscar awards. Let's see. I'm trying to think, what else did he do? So notable work, yeah. Actually, he looks familiar. Wait, did he star in the movie? Hold up. He looks, let's see. What else has he done?
Little did we know, he was Godzilla. This was all live action.
Let's see. So he did an adaptation of Drifting Classroom. So that's interesting. He did Parasite Eve as special effects. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, he did Space Battleship Yamato, based on the Leiji Matsumoto. He did work on Parasite. Let's see. He did Dragon Quest and Lupin the Third. So he has an anime background. That's interesting. So and he has other big one, Doraemon, the kids show. So yeah, he did kids show in this, but he's done like Parasite and Dragon Quest and Lupin the Third, along with this. So he directed it, he wrote it, and he was the visual effects guy. So he also wrote this again. Wow. Let's see. I'm trying to see. It feels like he looks like he's also one of the it feels like he's one of the actors in here as well. Crew. No, okay, he just looks like one of the actors. Alright, he's not actually one of the actors in there. But okay. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, the director was the writer. And he did a absolutely brilliant job. The man knew what he was doing. But he started in 1987. So this guy has been in the film industry for 37 years? Yeah, 37 years. It shows. This man knew what he was doing. And, wow. It's good, yeah. No, Toho, keep finding guys like this. Keep finding guys who have been in this business for 30, 40 years and put them in charge. That is, for the record, this is the opposite of Disney's approach. If you look at what Disney's doing with Marvel, they're taking people who maybe wrote like 1 or 2 episodes or directed 1 or 2 episodes of an obscure TV show, and that's all their credit, and saying, here's a movie, produce this. Okay? They're just throwing in a complete newbies, hoping to find a diamond in the rough, and then they're getting a whole bunch of crap. Because these people don't know what they're doing.
If this was made by Disney, Godzilla would have been a trans, like, black or Hispanic woman fighting against her oppressive male counterparts who sit there actively jerking off like, titties, yeah!
Oh dear. Alright, here. Let me finish my point, because this is important. This goes back to the art of filmmaking itself, is what I'm commenting on here. So, alright. Contrast this with Disney. So, Toho taps the director who's been in the industry for 37 years, tons of experience, brings all of that to the table, has a crew he can trust, and pours that into the film, and just has a level of attention to detail and plotting that is just amazing. Contrast with Disney. Disney takes people with very little experience. They have maybe a couple TV episodes here or there, and they give them whole movies, and then they're surprised when it turns out to be garbage. They think they're trying to find diamonds in the rough. They're probably saving costs by basically hiring work for cheap, but it's giving them inconsistent output that really stinks because these people don't have the chops. When you hire inexperienced people, they don't have the chops. It takes time. Filmmaking is a skill. It's not a paint-by-numbers exercise. It takes skill and artistry. Disney has forgotten that. The Rousseau brothers and others with experience in filmmaking don't want to work for Disney anymore because of the butcher shop it's turned into, or chop shop, or there's a proper term for it. Post in the comments below if you know what I mean. But because of that, they can't get the people with experience. And that's why the Marvel movies are suffering. As opposed to, say, Joss Whedon, who had lots of experience going to Avengers. Avengers is great because Joss Whedon knew what he was doing. Because he had many years of experience. This movie, Godzilla Minus One, is great because the director had many years of experience. Experience matters. artistry, takes time to master. This movie is a testament to this director and writer's mastery of the craft. Hats off. Kudos. Keep doing that, Toho. Well, no, I don't think Disney will learn their lesson, but this shows why you want people with experience as opposed to just hiring somebody out of the box on the cheap and hoping it works out. It doesn't work. Magical thinking doesn't work when it comes to making art or making money. And this is proof, because this is art and it made money. So, yeah. Whew. Okay, Meta Cowboy here. I remember Mom watching that one with me, and she was like, yeah, never again. Then may or may not have legally got access to the older Godzilla movies because I really like giant fire-breathing lizards. Oh, okay. You're referring to the 1998 one, Meta Cowboy? I assume. Yeah, I can see someone's getting turned off by it. If you don't treat it like a Godzilla movie, it's fun. It's a fun movie. It's not great. It's got some holes in it, but the worst part is when Godzilla's babies are basically just raptors from Jurassic Park. And I was like, that was a real lack of creativity to that design. Because it's like, oh, they're just reusing the raptors. Okay. Now, Meta Cowboy says, Disney hires the cheapest there is, except expect AI Disney. Yeah, I know. Then if they have to sell it and know it'll be shit, they hire an all-star cast. Yeah, exactly. Try to sell it on star power, not on the writing, directing talent. It's the exact opposite of what you should do. You could take a super experienced director of 30, 40 years, can take an inexperienced actor or actress and get gold from them, because they'll know how to train them to be a good performer and to get the good performances. This is one reason why we know George Lucas is not a very good director. If you look at the prequels, he took, Hayden Christensen and the Yippie kid in the first movie, and he didn't do very well with them. Like, Hayden Christensen sucked in there. Like, Hayden Christensen, it was so bad, Hayden Christensen retired. Hayden retired from acting, went to live on a farm. And the kid who played Anakin in episode 1 just dropped out entirely, went off and did other stuff, because it was so bad. But Lucas isn't a good director because he can't bring out the best in his actors. I mean, Natalie Portman is a great actress, and she sucked in those movies because Lucas sucked at directing her. Ewan McGregor shined because Ewan McGregor is just that good. He could do well with bad direction. Lucas isn't very good at directing. He can't even write. You should have him as the world builder and the consultant, the producer, but don't have him as a director or your writer. You want people to adapt what he makes and direct what he makes, but you don't want him to be directly involved. That's the thing with Lucas there. But again, contrast that with here, where he gets great performances out of everyone. A good director will do that. I'm trying to think of an example of, can you think of one, Diesel? Like a really experienced director who had a brand new cast, but he got amazing performances from them. Anything come to mind on that for you? So I'm drawing a blank.
I don't watch enough movies or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I'm drawing a blank on that. Post in the comments below. Do you have any examples? I'm sure I'll have an example come to my mind once we're done streaming. That's how it always goes. Like, I'll think of the movie, like, right after we're done and be like, oh, I meant that one. That would have been a good example. There we go. But,
Jackson.
Jackson?
What Meta Cowboy said.
Jackson. I don't know that one.
Percy Jackson?
Okay. Percy Jackson? Huh.
I was making a joke.
Okay, so Meta Cowboy says they saw Star Wars 7 as a fanfic, pissed off fans trying to get 8 fixed. Oh yeah, they give 8 back to the fanfic. Yeah, no, 9 was so bad. One thing I'm glad of is that regardless of your opinion of 8, I think everyone agrees 9 sucked. Like, everyone agrees that 9 was a bad movie. And that's good. 8 was not good. 8's controversial. I'll catch some heat for this. 8 had some good ideas. 8 had some good ideas and had good cinematography. Ryan Johnson was good at cinematography, at least when that was shot. It had some good ideas and some interesting themes to it. It just completely failed to capitalize on everything it had going for it. It had a lot going for it, and it failed to capitalize on all of it. Boom, there we go. It could have really stood out because it was trying to subvert the trilogy format. It could have benefited from some changes, some heavy story changes. let's see, Lucas leaned heavily on the fans, adding to the universe to keep them around. True, I mean, well, expanded universe. I mean, keep in mind, one of the reasons Star Wars is so beloved is because Timothy Zahn wrote the expanded universe trilogy. You know, his Heir to the Empire trilogy by Zahn is relatively unmatched in terms of science fiction quality. Like, those 3 books he wrote are probably the best written Star Wars of any type, movie or book, period. That's probably the best. I mean, some could probably put like a comic book arc, maybe. I'm sure some people might argue that Kevin J. Anderson stuff was also pretty good. I say the Zahn trilogy is the best Star Wars ever. I mean, fight me, I guess. I mean, I think I could put up a good argument on that one. I mean, you might be able to argue the OT was better, but man, Zahn trilogy, pretty good. Oh, Lord of the Rings. Um, yeah? Oh, I see. You mean Peter Jackson with, yeah, I mean, whew, calling Peter Jackson experienced when he had bad taste in Meet the Feebles in his resume. I mean, I guess there's that. He did come into it with 20 years experience, though, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, whew, I mean, yeah, Sean Bean, well, yeah, I mean, you know, Ian McKellen, Christopher Lee. No, Viggo Mortensen was not an unknown. Let's be fair. Elijah Wood was on the newer side. I'll give you that. Sean Bean, though, was by that point fairly experienced. So he did have. Oh, and of course, he got Hugo Weaving. I mean, he was experienced. No, he did. Oh, and no. Well, yeah. So I can't say the Lord of the Rings cast counts because you have too many experienced actors in there. So. But let's see. 8 was also fix the fanfic, but also don't piss off fanfic director. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Last Jedi is very divisive, and for good reason. And it had a lot of issues. For sure. It had some good ideas, but good ideas don't make a good movie. They can make for interesting discussions, but they don't make for a good movie. So yeah, I would say Lord of the Rings is not an example of experienced director with brand new cast. You could probably go find examples from the 60s, would be my guess. Like, if you look at, say, John Huston, Cecil B. DeMille, or, you know, any of those, like, or Alfred Hitchcock. I'm sure Alfred Hitchcock might have done something with an inexperienced cast. Well, oh, wait. Okay. Ridley Scott with Alien? Because, the only 2 guys in Alien who had any real credits where the guy who played Dallas was kind of a hot actor at the time. And you did have John Hurt, and sort of the guy who plays the android, I think. But I think he was still relative. Ian Combe. I think he was a relative unknown there because Sigourney Weaver was new. I mean, she was brand new. Several of the others were like new. So you might be able to argue Alien. Someone correct me on that. Maybe I'm underestimating the cast he had to work with there. I mean, you could say Terminator? Yeah, because Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger were not super experienced on there. And John, yeah, no, there you go. Okay, Terminator. There, Terminator's a good, Ian Holm, thank you. Yeah, Terminator is actually an example, because you have James Cameron, who had some experience. He wasn't super experienced, but he had some. And he had like 3 relatively new actors. You know, Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, and the guy who plays Reese. Yeah, there we go. Because I think that for Reese, that was actually his first movie. Or rather, he was relatively new. That's why he took it. He wanted to like make that his thing, and he did a good job. Michael Biehn. So you might be able to argue Terminator. There you go. Alright, so post in the comments below if you have another example on this. This is wild tangents, but this movie is so good, it excites my brain. This is so good, it excites my brain and gets me talking. You can tell how much I like a movie by how much I like talk afterwards. And I just really, really like this movie. So here, I've been drawing on a while. Any additional thoughts from you, Diesel, while I have been polluting the airwaves?
Nah, you pretty well got everything. Sorry, I was just looking at some stuff in another Discord I'm in.
Oh, no worries.
Do some things there. But, you know, outside of that, no, it's, all in all, this was an enjoyable movie. I'm glad I saw it.
Okay. Let's see. Would you want, for the next one, so let's say for the 75th anniversary of Godzilla, Toho will probably make another movie. Would you want them to make a sequel to this, Or kind of like how Shin Godzilla and Godzilla Minus One are like two totally different things. Would you want them to just go another new direction?
I want to see the continuation of Shin because I want to
Hmm.
see how far they'll push the mutations.
Okay.
Because Shin is not done evolving.
Well, yeah,
And
you
there
saw
is
that.
some
Yeah, you saw that with the
yeah.
tail. Yeah. Spoilers. Yeah. Yeah, the
So
final
I
shot
would
there.
hope they make another Shin because I want to see how far its evolution takes it.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, you,
And like
you
I said, I'm
just
into
want
body horror. I'm into the mutation.
Yeah. Well,
It's the case. Like it could be a good movie. I want to see how far they go with that mutation
Yeah.
of Godzilla.
Well, I mean, you just want to see the humanoid Godzillas because those are fuckable.
I'll fuck Godzilla even if he's in humanoid.
Oh my.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right.
Dom,
You're
you
gay
forget.
For
All right.
gay for Godzilla confirmed. Gayzilla, I guess. No.
Godzilla.
Oh god. Anyway, all right. Arnold had stage acting before Terminator. Yeah. Oh, I know. I think he had Conan before Terminator too, but nothing like um before being Conan 2 years before. Yeah. Okay. Well, he didn't have a wealth of experience. Like Arnold was like some of his early movies he didn't even speak English. They dubbed over him. Like Conan was kind of a big breakthrough, but yeah. So yeah. Okay. All right. Terminator. Man. Alright, I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, you might be able to get something like Peckinpah, Houston, Cecil B. DeMille, those guys doing a new cast when they have lots of experience or something like that. You might be able to find something from back then. Pumping Iron in '77. Yeah, but I don't regard Pumping Iron as a like movie. Let's yeah. But Conan counts for sure. But yeah, okay, yeah, okay, so you want to see Shin Godzilla 2 for the 75th. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't mind, like, if Toho wanted to go the route of, hey, let's show Legendary that we can do Destroy All Monsters, or we can do the Godzilla versus everybody better than they can. That wouldn't be bad. But I like these. Shin Godzilla and this is a 1-2 punch. This is a 1-2 punch.
Shin has some more story due to the fact Godzilla is still evolving.
Mm-hmm.
As for Minus, they do a little hinting that he could be coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the case of where would his story go? Because it's the case you gotta think about this. Where does -1 Godzilla have to go? Where does his story continue when he comes back?
To me, the obvious continuation of this was he comes back in the 50s as the Godzilla we see in the first movie. I mean, I think, now obviously this can't be in the same continuity as the first Godzilla because they didn't know what Godzilla was in the first movie. So this takes place years before that. So, well, okay, they were kind of know about the giant lizard that stomped through Tokyo umpteen years ago. So it can't be set in the exact same continuity, but Godzilla coming back in the 50s? Maybe. The main problem would be, okay, how would you set up the character themes? Because, I mean, Shiki's story is done. Like, his war is over. It's done. Like, we don't want to go back to that, because that just, the risk you have there is just undoing the progress he made as a character. Don't want that. And you can't do another fake-out death of a wife. That would just be stupid, and I would hate that. And I don't think they're going to be that tasteless. So... Yeah, I agree. I think Shin Godzilla has more setup for a sequel than this one. I agree. Or they could just do a third one that is just its own thing yet again. Because, I mean, this and Shin are their own thing. They could do a third one that's its own thing. Like, I don't know, they could do a throwback. So this was a throwback to classic 1950s Godzilla. Shin Godzilla was a reference to modern Godzilla. So maybe they could do something like a 70s or 80s Godzilla throwback for the 75th. I don't know. Or, I mean, heck, if you really wanted to go, like, really, real prequel, I mean, Godzilla was running around on that island for a while. Give us some adventures on that. Give us some adventures of the natives of the island, how they dealt and coexisted with Godzilla before he became a nuclear monster. That could be interesting. I could see stories coming from that. But, I don't know, that's just me. I'm curious what other people are. I just hope Toho keeps picking very experienced, very well-developed directors and writers keeps bringing them in, gives them a crack at Godzilla and says, go nuts. Because that seems to be what they're doing. They bring in the guy who made Evangelion to make Godzilla, they get Shin Godzilla. They bring in a guy who did Doraemon, a children's show, and this is what you get. This is insane. I would have never expected this from someone who's written and directed a children's cartoon. Like, this is crazy. You know what they should do? Get the guy who made Serial Experiments Lane and have him do a Godzilla. How about like a Cyber Godzilla or something like that? That would be crazy. I'm just throwing this out there. Man, imagine, just find some of the super creative talent out there. God, I wish Satoshi Kon was still alive. Imagine Satoshi Kon doing a take on Godzilla.
In any case, Dom, I'm gonna have to dip now. I got some stuff
sorry.
to do.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I've been drawing on really, really long. Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. This has gone long enough. I have something in the morning as well, so I need to pop off to bed myself. So Meta Cowboy's last comment here. Here we go. So Meta Cowboy, last couple comments. Not gonna lie, how fast he moves using his atomic breath is it looks off. Okay. Let's see. 100 Years of Godzilla, they just release a real Godzilla and film how it goes down. Yes, there you go. So, 30 years from now, actual Godzilla released, life-size Godzilla released in Tokyo. That's the movie. They just destroyed Tokyo for real. I like it. There you go. That would be a fitting conclusion. I'm fine with this. I mean, if they could do life-size Gundam, they could do life-size Godzilla. There we go. Would you want to see that? Life-size Godzilla in Tokyo?
Oh, yeah, no, that'd be hilarious.
Alright. So, let us know in the comments below, what did you think? What was your favorite moment in this movie? What do you want to see 5 years from now? I say this is the high water mark for Godzilla movies, and just for movies of 2023. Do you agree with my take that this is better than Oppenheimer, or do you prefer Oppenheimer? Is there another movie from last year that you prefer over this? I don't know. It's not like I watched every movie that came out last year. There could be something better than this that came out. I don't know. But of the movies I saw, this is the best one from last year for sure. Definitely better than Barbie. Oh man, Barbie was not good. Let me know in the comments below. Give us your thoughts and opinions and stuff. Anything you disagree with, anything in our takes. What did you think about how this illustrates the filmmaking process? Let us know. This was so good. I'm definitely gonna watch this again. All right. This is Dominic Bytes signing out. When next we meet, may your robot body be fully charged.
Also, hi, Dominic!
Hey, yes, welcome to the stream, Dominic Bytes. Hopefully everything works out for you, buddy.
Hi, Dominic!
Hi, Dominic! Hi, Dominic! Sorry, guys. Dominic is, a friend of ours.
Hey, Dominic Bytes. Welcome. Welcome on by.
Dominic says, hey, yo, Dominic, how's your day going? Glad you can make it.
What's up, Dominic? Welcome in, welcome back to the lab. How are you doing today?
How are you doing, Dominic? How's your day been, bro? You doing good?
Hello, Dominic. Hello, darling. How you doing, darling?
So, hello, Dominic. How you doing? Welcome in.
Hello, Dominic.
Dominic! Hello, Dominic. I hope you're doing good today.
Dominic, hello. Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hi.
Hello, Dominic. How you doing?
How's it going, Dominic? Welcome in.
Mwah.
Hello, Dominic. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome in.
Hey, Dom. So good to see you. Hi.
Hi, Dominic. Hi, sweetie. It's good to see you.
Hi, Dominic. How you doing?
Hi, Dominic. How are you? Lovely to see you.
Hi, Dominic. What's up?
Hi, Dominic.
Hi, Dominic. How you doing?
Dominic, hello.
Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hello. Dominic Bytes. Hello.
Hey, Dominic. How you doing?
Dominic, thank you. Can you stop slamming shit?
Hey, Dominic.
Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hello.
What's up, Dominic? How are you, man?
Hey there. Hello, Dominic. How you doing, darling? Welcome, yeah?
Dominic Bytes, you productive little devil. Dominic Bytes. Oh, it's you.
How's it going, y'all? If you haven't already, definitely go check out Dominic Bytes, a super cool and lovely streamer. They're super cool. Very like synthwave futury vibes. They do like a Byte Club Cinema stream. They're an absolute vibe. Love them. Definitely go give them a check out. Go check them out. Go give them your love.